Romuga. The one, yeah. Yes. Right. Video call. Video call. Now we got to do that.
Le Facebook. Me le stream send do da ka stream o mele jejele fún mi. Jejele looking. YouTube ake Facebook mele jejele o mele ka. Mele yo mele looking. Me yo egba chi na big bonata.
Every time I hear my microphone feedback, very much very much anybody. Every time come here now, every day I think you know. Eh? Yeah, microphone. Say it out. This time, I will do what? Ka YouTube kwere m akpọ.
Yeah, look at your Facebook. Me one day when me Jagora. Okay. Metal video I receive. I can attend receive me. Me live come receive come.
I receive from straight like
Me I call Tony call transmit here. Me call transmit. Na ya we cho American no me phone me set America can never be me call for ajo no ore ajo ore aho me call kun na kwire me e mo no na vie me jo wo so ba le amele me na ko mi ko le e hele file ni binole any na mi chi me be yo le be no si anu na already because some boy me ba no say abere ezo mi le to ga ba me jebe ni nka computer la ni ko dare me le charge no o le je le fi me le charge mi ko dare charge di fi me le ge je we me da na bi o ma na pema me kaiba nya oh ba hema na ba yo mi le do ile o me le la ba yi ba no po me kaiba me kaiba ko bi ba mi na bi me kaiba mira kita bi Every becoming plan is to come together. I look enjoy him change video anyway edit then change the settings okay. Then I tell him about. Computer le charge you feel like. Even the command show you the charge you. Man qualify time babia. That's what you charge you. I'm saying already. What ball already? Eh? Me abo me dey manya channel that dia. Okay, start. Hello, good afternoon, good people. Thank you very much. We are still very much in the new year, and this is our second episode of the new year 2021. We are transmitting from African Magic Temple in Accra, Ghana, on Revolution live question and answer section. I am Christopher Voncujovi, your host. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Let me see whatever is. I can't see what is there. Yes, I'm here, but then I can't see what people's greetings or whatever. I cannot see anything. So please let me see. We have Kay Collins saying good morning, and then good morning to you, Kay. And then we have Kadi Fisher, greetings, Papa and AMT family. We have Ifa Fumilayo, Ajua Osunola. Greetings, Ajua. How are you? Thank you very much joining us this afternoon. We're having some challenges with the Facebook transmission. We don't know what it is, but the boys have been playing the videos for some time now, but nothing is coming on Facebook. So we don't know whether you are seeing us or you are not seeing us. If you are seeing us, please let us know that you are there watching us. Thank you very much. Then we have Talaga, Hopesin, Papa Medugbe now, Yama Hogbe. And then we have Solis Franklin. Don't be just moving the thing, let them be. Then we have Solis Franklin Ajabeng. Good afternoon, Solis Franklin. And then we have Eric Damson. Greetings, Papa. Greetings to you, Eric. Thank you very much. Then we have Alvin LeBron Hill Jr. Greetings. Happy New Year, brother. I will call you soon. Thank you very much, Alvin. How are you doing? Hope everything is fine with you. And then we have Rogeria Costa de Paula. Good morning. I'm from Brazil. Hello, Rogeria. Thank you very much for joining us. And we are happy that you all join us. We have Chi Adams. One of the most sacred Greek name codes in the Bible is known as the Chi rule. The code consists of juxtaposing of the two Greek letters Chi, which is X, and Rho, which is P, the 22nd and the 17 letters of the Greek alphabet, respectively. The code often is taken to represent the word Christos, but may also represent the word Prestos. The code XP Chiro, along with the code XC Chi Sigma and XPC Chi Rho Sigma, are commonly found in the Bible and are taken with a poetic license to represent Christ, Greek, and then Christos. Christ, there in Greek is Christos. Peaceful waters, one love. Thank you very much for giving us that insight. Then we have Solis Franklin and we are listening you live. Thank you very much, Franklin. We are very grateful. And okay, now that you are seeing me live, Nana Kwame Boating, we can see you. Thank you very much, Nana Kwame. So let me start to do pour libation, and then after the libation, we can go straight away into the question and answer section. Thank you very much of all of you for joining us again. This is our second episode. Well, how come it's 10 upside down? My head is down. And what are you people? What is going on? Huh? How? How come my head is down and everything is 10 upside down? It's the computer that you are using there to do it. Or if you are not seeing that it has 10 down. Look, both of them are the people things that we are doing. So don't just say it's in YouTube or whichever has 10 upside down, whether it is YouTube or it is Facebook, make sure it is fixed. But when I start praying now, am I going to be praying upside down to some people? Have we ever experienced something like that, that the whole thing turned upside down before? So is it okay for me to go and pray, continue to pray? You have corrected the YouTube too. Oh, ago mauga, so well is ago mauga, kitty catamado, mauga, ese joto, amejoto, ese nano, a seti, and one woman of you, docuno, woman of you, maybe an docuno, of you, docuno, of you, be an woman of you, be a senior mayo, Yosha, my hand for a show. Mayo Ponya Celestine, Yawakubia, Katrina, Kubia, Fonya, Sense, Kodofonia, Yaben, Akubia, Nibaka Academia, and Akutum and Fanami. Yamayo, Amias, what to prepare a pen, Tepe Mensa, Mayo, Cecilia, Pen, Tepe Mensa, Mayo, Rakake, Yamayo, ewombo achukwe akubia ipohara khora mi khara mi anu mi ana kwiragbe ebiragbe asiragbe neba edonaje doji mama sesene neba kuto bene fana ni gbogbo re mi ana gbogbo re fana me yo abochi sakra kama chwa ba adogo o kotokoli don ko kuru na kwa gbere ngbe to me no le chu awu no tuji o me yo awu no tuji boko tuji to gbe tuji me yo kini hase ko nchi jagbe bara so bara gbe na me yo boko adafli so agbobi boko afacha ajoge mba ha uno honu le bapo uno honu le avega ni ba ha akpo hunu anya ni tretu mba ha ple teacher yo pe nu fiala yo pete fianu ni ba ha ni me anu me na kwiragbe ebiragbe asiragbe ne ba godo egaba egbero abochi me yo mi akeke me yo suguma sugbajo bi anyi has chapemba gbe pemba so pemba biji pemba mba ha godo zibizaba me yo ra keke jinga bo me yo ra keke latiti parawa me yo ra keke lo dagbe mba ha umbuga ke na unsemi emi wodore mi akulu beto mi ameyo petere mi akpo na mesese kula be ndi ne bana ngogbo yi ne bana pay me midure amesa me pay me mile pay me nyu na mero yeah ina me marbo we have Zahir Oladuni Mobolaji Ture saying we can see you, and then okay, that is then we have Nana Kwame said we can see you. Let's go ahead. And then we have K Collins go up. I tell me the member. I a question let me and I'm no we carry for me. Today greetings to today greetings in Nkrumah was Nkrumah was a great leader. Yes, I agree with you 100%. Then Kofi Nduro Donko, I'm seeing you. Greetings. Thank you, Kofi. Greetings to you too. Then we have K Collins again. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, K Collins. And then you are upright for us. Means you have 10 upside down. Maybe you are now okay. Then K Collins was laughing, and then okay. And then Chi Adams, your head is up as right side up to the viewers. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. Is it okay now? And then we have Chi Adams again. We view you a normal fashion. We don't know it just came. It's not our making from here. The cameras are all upright. But how it came on YouTube that we have to turn upside down, I cannot tell. As sitting in a chair in front of a table, we see you clearly. Thank you very much. Then Nalo Bokna, Papa, good morning to you, to your family. Thank you, Nolik Bokna. Thank you very much for yesterday too. I will get back to you soon on the things we discussed. Thank you very much. And is that all for now? Say, Baba, it looked like he ready to backhand someone. Okay. I don't know. So we go to YouTube. We have Fire One saying greetings, and then Mario Young, good evening, Daddy, and the AMT family greetings from India. Then we have for Martin Kobler, good afternoon to you, my brother, and to your team. Thank you very much for Martin. And then Martin Kobler said no pictures. Okay, I think it is being corrected. I don't know how long ago that was. And then we have Mario Young, Daddy. There isn't video showing up on YouTube. There isn't a video showing up on YouTube. But you were saying it was on YouTube, but it was not on Facebook. But there some people were not seeing it on YouTube. And then Martin Koba, I propose that the technical team perform transmissions test at least. Yes, I agree with you for Martin, at least 1 hour before the program. Yes, that's very true. Unfortunately, today, our technical manager isn't here yet, and the children are doing their best. So we just pray that everything will be okay. Then we have Mariam. It's clear now that okay means it is clear now. Everything is okay now. Usually we perform tests and all this thing before going up on, but today it seems like something is trying to block us because they've been trying since they started. Nothing was happening, and maybe we were not being seen on Facebook. We couldn't log into Facebook, so so please just bear it with us. Now that everything is fine, we will continue from here. And then we are having Shamba Musa Mohammed saying greetings, Papa. Hello, Shamba. Greetings to you too. Thank you very much for joining us. Both Facebook and this are coming now. Okay, we thank God. So please send in your questions now, and let me start answering because we are already behind time. Where are the questions? Then Livingston Amwaku, okay, Sister Afidara, greetings Toby from Utin. Thank you very much, Sister Afi. And then we have Livingston Amwaku. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Livingston. Thank you very much for joining us. We have Manuel Miro. I would like to know some of the positive benefits we could use Vodou to help in the Vodou Zibi Zaba. Okay, Vodou Zibizaba is one of Vodou's, just like any other Vodou. It is, if you want to get the Vodou Zibizaba, I will tell you what it is. It does. It's just one of Vodou who help in anything like whatever you are trying to do. That's what it is. So Vodou Zibizaba is also one of the Vodou's, just like any other Vodou. So if you want to do, maybe you might have heard about Zibizaba before. It's been around long ago, long time now, even before my grandfathers were born. So it's just one of the Vodous that are there. Facebook again. Yeah.
Facebook question.
We can be managing it until it is solved. You cannot do anything. Is there a virus in the computer? Okay, then you probably have to put it off and start it all over again. We have to write something like that because the questions on Facebook are just scrolling by themselves. We cannot control them, and it is not a virus on our machine. Because before such things happen, it's usually a virus or what makes it go like that.
Okay.
So this is Facebook or this YouTube? So Manuel Miro was, I would like to know some of the positive benefits we could use Vodou to help in the development of Africa. Well, see, when you say the development of Africa, if you as individuals in Africa are not trying to develop yourself, how are you going to develop your continent? When we are all complicit and we are all against our own traditions, what do you expect? What kind of expectation do you have to develop Africa? So when people talk like using it to develop Africa, you have to develop yourself. If you are able to develop yourself, then you can develop your children, then you can develop your community. Then it goes on like that. But just generally to say use Vodou to develop Africa, use Vodou to listen, it's not here or there. What matters is how can we use a Vodou to develop ourselves? Then it is okay if you develop and you are well versed in your own tradition and believe in yourself, then the next person next to you will believe in you and you can change that person. But if you yourself, you have not developed yourself and you are thinking that you will develop your community, it is never going to be possible. Until Africans begin to believe in themselves and love themselves as Africans or as Black people, nobody should be expecting Africa's development in any way. We will always accept things from other people. I tell you, even now, as we are here, people continue teaching about other spiritual understandings of other cultures than even teaching about their own. But they are teaching spirituality in Israel form, but they're rather talking about other cultures' spiritual ways than our cultural spiritual. So if as an African, if you don't believe in yourself, you cannot have any reason to say you want to develop. It's not going to be possible. So Manuel Miro, that's it. Yeah, let's go. Shamba, Papa, can you please explain the Vodou Zibizaba? Vodou Zibizaba, as I was saying, is also one of the Vodous. It's been there long time. That is what we call in Ewe Gabara. Gabara. I think another name for it is Bodobo. It has so many names from different places, but I think the northern side of Ghana, or maybe the Arabic side, I don't know which is, they call it Zibizaba, and it is more commonly called the Zibizaba. But then in Ewe, our traditional Ewe word for the Vodou Zibizaba is called Gabara. Gabara. Or Gabada, whatever you call it. Yes. So it is just one of the Vodous that I use in doing a whole lot of things. It's supposed to be able to do that, bring attraction to your business and to you as a person, and all kind of things. Yeah. Yes, then we have a Kofindro Donkoge. How can someone consult you? We had always put our numbers there. Our numbers is always there every time that we do live section. So you can pick my number and you can contact me and I tell you how to go about it. And then we have a Kafia Men's. Where can we locate you, please? Please, you can locate me at my shrine. And my shrine's details are always there on the Facebook and YouTube, wherever. And then we have Nana Kwame Boatin. How can Vodou help you grow your business? You do a consultation, and then Vodou will give you guideline how to make things change for you. And then we have Sister Afidara. Togwe should only clear drink like gin be used during libation pouring. Why are dark drinks like whiskey not favorable? Yeah, Sister Afi, the problem is that since our ancestors, most of them were not having whiskey. They always had clear drinks like songlolo, which is apeteshi, or ogogoro, as it's called in Yoruba or Nigeria. And those drinks were always clear. Then, when they wanted to make bitters, what we call bitters, by putting herbs and everything into the drink, it changes its color. So for that reason, our people don't use drinks that they put herbs into it to pray to ancestors in general. They had always used clear drinks. You should understand that we are talking about Africa in its real form, when the white man or the Westerners did not come to influence our tradition. So at that time, people had always used clear drinks. The only the drinks that were colored were herbal, or people put herbs into it and call them bitters so that they can drink for themselves, for their health and other necessary things. So because of that, that is what the norm has been. So they were always praying with those clear drinks, and the ones that they had added herbal and roots and everything to make it into colored drink and all this, they don't use those drinks to pray. But as time goes on, people who were outside Africa, or when we have the influence of the European and other people, whereby whiskeys and other things. Because if you ask me what is the name of whiskey in my local language, there is no word for whiskey in my local language. So you realize that whiskey is not our normal drink in this part of the world or in the Ebe land or where Vodou had been practiced. Whiskey wasn't the normal drink. It was always appetition. Then later when the white man came and our people's tongue started changing, when they told us not to drink our own drink, especially the word appetition, which is coming from Ga word, which means you must hide before drinking it, because otherwise, if you don't hide and you are drinking the local drink, the white man will arrest you and put you in jail or fine you. Yeah. What is the reason why the white man will fine you when you drink your own local drink? You must go back to history and understand that the white man was distilling whiskeys and other drinks like gin and all this in their country, and they were bringing it to us to buy. And since they were ruling us, they wanted us to do business with them, whether we like it or we did not like it. We have to do business with them. So if you are buying the white man's drink, which is whiskey and gin and all kind of things, when you are buying those things, they are making money. You are empowering them economically. But because they want to empower our people so that they cannot be economically strong, in order for us to always keep begging and looking for favors from them, they stop our people from drinking our local drinks. So the word akweteshi, as in Ga, means you have to hide, because my old man here told me those days, if they arrest you, even distilling local gin, which is the apeteshi, you will be sent to jail, because they don't want you to have any economical power, so that you can always be dependent on them, and they will decide for you what you should do with your life and what you should not do with your life. So our people normally were only using the local traditional drink that they themselves distill, or from the tree, like palm wine, which come directly from the palm tree without any distilling, but it is also alcoholic. They use those things to pray to that's what their fathers and forefathers had been drinking before dying. So when they want to pray, they use the same drinks to pray to them. But then when we were forced to buy the white man's drink, then the change of taste, and also the Vodous we have to pray to, we must use the clear drinks and all these things. But then there are also some Vodous these days who take whiskey and all these things. And then if you go into the Caribbean, because most of our people who have gone into slavery and they are in the diaspora, they were doing sugarcane farming and all kind of things. So they were doing farming generally. So all kind of things. So they were able to use the drinks distilled from sugarcane, like rum and all these things, to pray. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that you need to do is to make sure the intention of praying. Because if you are in a place where you cannot get any clear drink, what will you use? You may have to use a whiskey or a brown or colored drink. But originally from our ancestors, because we were doing our own distilling and there was no whiskey in our system, there was palm wine, there was liha, and there was akpeteshi, which is when palm wine, fresh palm wine is distilled and become a gin. So this is the reason why until today, some of us prefer to use drinks that are not colored, because that is what our forefathers had been drinking, and that's what they know before the white man. Thank you very much. And then we have Ebenezer also, Ebenezer Bonso. Greetings from Kentucky, Papa and team. Thank you very much, Ebenezer. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. How are you? And Happy New Year to you and your family. Then we have a format in common. Kindly explain again if Tommy Jopata is a throne. If so, which are the entities are comprised? Please, Tommy Jopata is a throne. So what do you mean by which entities comprise it? Jopata is a combination of Vodou Sakpata, Togbe and the what do you call it? Atigeri, Zubo, Luluti, so many that comprise Togbe Jopata there. So if you, in his incantation, you will if you have Jopata in his incantation, they mention all these thrones that comprise Jopata. Goro Vodou is there. Alafia is also part of Jopata. They all are the things that form what we call Jopata. So see, the name Jopata is the combination, just like how you call Mau or God, as in the Ewe cosmology, we say God or Mau. Mau means the one that is above all. And what is the combination of what entities comprise Mau? It's everything that is in the universe, every spirit that is in the universe come together, form what is called Mau. But then we call Mau Sobo Lisa, and we say he's the one who created. Then Mauga Kitikata, the one who is maintaining, and then Mauga Ese, which is the one that created human beings or destiny. Human beings, their destiny according to each and every human being. That's why we all do not have the same destiny. So Jopata has so many spirits in it, but we cannot call it. We cannot call it Tobi Sapata. We cannot call it Tobi Atigiri. We cannot call it Tobi Zubo. We cannot call it whatever is comprised of Alafia. So that's why it is called Jopata. And the word Jopata means that which happened suddenly, or sudden happenings. So that is what Jopata. So all these other spirits combine and form what we call Jopata. So Jopata is not just one single entity, but a few entities that form Togbe Jopata. That's why it's a throne and a deity. Thank you very much. Then we have Hilarious Oba Sabinus. Regards from Dublin. Thank you very much, Hilarious. How are you? And Happy New Year again to you. Then we have the big sister Ifadara, Grand Rising Papa family, sending blessings beyond measure from Augusta, Georgia. Thank you very much, big sister Ifadara, and the same to you and your family. And then we have Audrey McCallsbrook. Good morning, Baba. Good morning, Audrey. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us. Then we have Jewel Duke K. Eklu. Greetings, Papa. My question is, what is the difference between Vodou, Ifa, and Tron? They are all the same thing. Jewel Duke Eklu. The Eves called spirit Vodou, and Ifa is the combination of spirits or the knowledge of spirits from the Yoruba tradition, which the Eves call Afa. Divination, the one that divine and tells you what to do and what not to do, the guidance, the pathfinder. That is what Afa is. And Afa is there to let you hear or know what the Vodou or the spirit that you are dealing with, what that spirit wants you to do to be able to make a breakthrough or open your doors or protect you from what is coming towards you. And if anything is coming towards you, the Afa is the one that will tell you that this is going to happen, or this is coming towards you. So behave in this way, do this and do that so that you can avoid it. Or do this and do that so that the things, if they are good things, can come in. And a throw just means that a spirit that is more of a community or a communal spirit where other people with their small vodus or different vodus will go to this particular one and pay homage, or the other smaller spirits all combine and working as a team in a throne. So the word Vodou, which is the Ewe word, usually is spelled with V-O-D-U, Vodou, or V-E-D-U, Vedu. This is how our people spell it and call it. The word V-O-O-D-O-O is a Western concept of the word Vedu or Vodou. And in Ewe, we don't have Ifa, but we have Afa. But then it is something that our ancestors had borrowed from the Yoruba people. That's why they have made it their own by using Afa to work their Vodus. And a throne is a bigger spirit where other small Vodus all combine to work as a team in a throne. Yes, let's go. Then we have Solace Franklin Ajabenken. One, acquire a spiritual eye to enable one to foresee. Can one acquire a spiritual eye to enable one to foresee bad incidents before they come to reality? Yes, people do. That's why people who could have that needs to be trained. And they have to be initiated, and after the initiation, they have to be trained. It's not something you come and they sell it like a biscuit in the market that, okay, you buy this, and tomorrow your eye is open. It is not like that. You need to be trained. But then if you are lucky to be born with it, then it is your luck. But otherwise, people who wants to have a third eye, or the eye to hear, to see, and the ears to hear, clairaudience and clairvoyance, or extrasensory perceptive abilities. If you are not naturally born with it, or you are born with it but you cannot feel them, then you need to be trained. You need to be initiated and trained to be able to know it. That's why some of us who are priests, this is what we are doing, and people who are learning to be priests are also doing their training to learn to know how to see the future before things happen and how to fix them. Yes, let's go. And then we have Derek Yebua watching from Doma, Ahinkro. Thank you very much, Derek. And then we have Ifa Fumilayo Ajua Osunolo. I am an Ifa traditionalist of over 20 years, but I want to embark on Vodou journey now. I've heard the calling for a very long time. Trust is the issue now, though. You see, the Ewe dialect is, Ewe doesn't have one single dialect. The Ewe language is different dialects. Some people call it Vedu, as I was just saying, and some people call it Vodou, and it is V-O-D-U and V-E-D-U, Vedu or Vodou. But when you travel a little bit far away from Ghana and Togo, going towards the F4 people, you begin to hear the word Vodou pronounced with Vodou. Means they have a nasal sound that they add to the word Vodou and become Vodou. So a lot of people ask the question, is Vodou and Vodou different? No, it is the same thing. It is only that the tribe, the different ethnic groups in the Ewe nation, let me say so, have different dialects. Ewe is like a German language where they don't have any particular fixed dialect as the language, unless they decide to put some in a book form to make people use that as official language. So you hear the word Vodou, and Vodou, Vedu, Vodou. They are all the same thing. There is nothing. It's only the tonations that change in the different dialects of the Ewe language. So you can always learn about Vodou. Ifa, we call it Afa, and we also use the Odus in the what do you call it? We also use the Odus in Yoruba, but we don't call it Odu, we call it Du, Afadu. Whereas the Yorubas call it Ifa Odu, we call it Afadu. Afadu. So that's how we call it. So if you are interested in learning, because what you call Orishas, we call them Vodou. They may be, some of them may be the same or do the same, but there are so many other Vodous that not many people have even heard about them before. Like I am talking about the Vodou Jokpata. Sometimes people make mistake and say Jakpata. It's not Jakpata, it's Jokpata. It is not Jakpata. Jakpata is a snake. Jokpata is not a snake, it's a deity. So there are so many Vodous that people have never even heard about, just as there are many spirits in the universe that we haven't even heard their names before. But the community and the person who is dealing with that particular spirit is the only one who knows about it and knows. But some of these Vodous and spirits, they visit you and they teach you things, and when you put them together, the Vodou will come into existence and start working with you. Sometimes those of you who are lucky and you've got your destiny set up and all this, some Vodou can come through your destiny and then speak to you and tell you certain things. And when you follow, you begin to see results. Then you know you've got a Vodou that no one has gotten, but only you who has gotten it. And then from you, other people will begin to now associate with that Vodou, depending on how you do or how you work with that Vodou. And if that Vodou wants, or that spirit wants you to introduce him or her to other people. So there are millions and billions of Vodous in the universe, just like the sands of the beach. But all people cannot know everything. We all cannot know everything. One person cannot know all. So whatever comes to you is what you learn. So unlike in Ifa, where you have a tradition of which Vodou is older than which one is what that, then it becomes more of a religion than a spirituality. But Ifa is a very deep knowledge of spirituality. But from my own little observation, it is more of a religion than spirituality in its real form, or how people have made it to look more like a religion. That's why people just do, just because it has been done like that, and they don't change it, especially those who are not very deep into it. But the original people of Ifa, I think it were all doing it as spirituality, where they have to ask the spirit what to do before doing. I hope what I am saying is clear, all right. Yeah. Yes, let's go up. We have Nana Kwame Boateng. Can Vodou make one fall in love with you? Yes, Vodou can make one fall in love with another person. Then we have Oluchi Osowonke. Oluchi, good afternoon from Accra, Ghana. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us. Now we have a great day, Papa, and great season to you and family. My regard is great seeing you today online. Peace and love. Same to you, my brother Oluchi. Thank you very much, and great seeing you too joining us this afternoon. We are very grateful. Thank you a lot. Then we have Nyati Nevanji Ve Chiromboe. This well done, emancipate us from mental slavery. Thank you very much, Nyati. We are very grateful for you joining us, and hope that you send some questions in and we can answer them for you. And then we have Nneka Olayinka Karen Barry. Greetings and blessings to you, Papa, and your family. Nneka, thank you very much for joining us. We are very grateful. And then we have Alasan Haruna. Greetings, Togbe. Hello, Alasan. How are you? Thank you very much for joining me and joining us this afternoon. Hope you are doing well. Regards to your family. Happy New Year. Then we have Kenneth, Boss HQ. Hello and greetings to you and the family, Papa. Same to you, Kenneth. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us. Yeah, then we have Hilarious Obasan Binus. Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you very much, Hilarious, and Happy New Year to you and your loved ones. And then we have for Martin Kobler, say your picture is not showing on YouTube, only in the background. I mean, camera, let me set it. The camera, I said the picture is not showing, but the background is showing, so the camera is not properly set. You solve it? Okay. So thank you very much for Martin. He said they have solved it. So if you are seeing us, let us know now. Diamond Cash, blessings and Happy New Year, Papa and AMT family. Thank you very much, Diamond Cash, and Happy New Year to you all in TNT. And then we have somebody replying to Nana Al-Hassan. First of all, you need to start something to enable Vodou to help your business grow. That's very true. But noted, Vodou can't make you rich out of nothing. Those are movies that we have been brainwashed since from childhood of seeing snake vomiting money is a scam. Yes, I agree with you very much, Haruna. You are 100% right. Vodou can never make you get rich if you are not doing anything. And there is no way you can sit in your room lazy and expect to be a rich man the following day. It is never possible. If a snake can vomit money, listen, if snake can vomit money, do you think there will be any snake remaining on the earth again? People will catch them and keep them in their rooms before you will even be born. So if snake can vomit money, there will be no snake for you to grow up to see. No. If maybe you can only see them in your father's bedroom or your mother's bedroom or wardrobe, where they will be vomiting money. But no snake will be roaming the earth again, because if it is a snake and give you money, then no snake will be roaming the earth again. Because I believe everybody likes money. We all like money. So if you know what can make money for you, and it is free and it's walking around, why would you catch it and keep it and just become your bank, where you put money? So anytime that you wanted money, you just open the box in which it is, and then you take whatever money you wanted. So it is not true. No snake. You cannot get rich through Vodou without working. You need to be doing something. And what Vodou can do for you is to bring the attraction to your business or whatever you are doing, so that you can attract customers and money will come towards you. And if you are doing business and every day money is coming, then automatically you'll be able to save some money after eating or using some part or spending some part of the money. You again save. But if you work one day and tomorrow you don't work and next tomorrow you don't work and for a few days you don't work, the one you have already worked, kept, you will spend them, because the stomach have no holiday. The stomach will eat every day. So if nothing is coming in every day and only what you had 3 days ago is what that you have, you will spend it and you will not have. So what Vodou can do for you is to attract the customers and clients towards your business, so that each day somebody will come and work with you, and you keep some and you spend some. So if you keep keeping and then spending some, slowly your stock will pile up and you will begin to have money. But without working or without doing anything, there is no way you can expect to be a rich person or get money. Snakes don't have a money making machine in their belly, so they cannot make money. It's a lie. It's a scam. Thank you very much, Haruna. Is it Haruna who was replying?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Alassad. Yeah. Then thank you, Papa. It is ending up in trustworthy hands. I am concerned about. Okay. You have to keep Ifa Fumilayo and Ajua. you have to keep trying, because honestly speaking, there are so many scammers and there are so many liars. Even as authentic as the person may look, there are people who will continue to pretend to be real spiritualists, whereby they are not. So you have to try and you have to have experience with the person, and that will tell you whether that person is authentic and is a good teacher to teach you or not to teach you. So there are a lot of scammers out there, especially on the social media. There's a lot of scammers who call themselves spiritualists. They are all liars, most of them. But then once in a while you will come across a proper teacher and a proper priest too. And there are also many good priests out there that you may not know until you start to deal with them before you can tell. Thank you very much, Ifafumilaya. Let's go up. And then Ifafumilaya said thank you again, and then again he said, and Ifafumilaya said, right, how people have made it. That's true. Yes, you are right, and that's all coming from Ifafumilaya. Thank you very much, big sister. And then we have a sister Afidara. Thank you for this deep explanation, mind-blowing. Thank you very much, Sister Afi. Thank you, thank you. I'm very grateful. Then Oluchi also, okay, sorry, Papa, I am a sister, not a brother. Okay, Oluchi, okay. Thank you very much, my sister. Thank you. Peace be upon you too. Then we have, okay. I've seen the photograph now. Thank you very much. And then we have Martin Kobler. It's okay now. Your picture is showing now on YouTube. Thank you for Martin. So Oluchi also can say, thank you very much, a big sister. And then we have a Happy New Year to you and your family from Trinidad, Bokor. When is the Vodou Festival in Nigeria? I don't know if I'm Wagung Jeon Krikshan. I don't know whether there is any Vodou festival in Nigeria. I am not sure. I have no idea. So maybe you post the question out there and other people will read it, and those who have some connection with that should be able to answer you, and then I'll also learn something from it, because I don't know any Vodou festival in Nigeria. I've never been to any Vodou festival anywhere, actually, apart from the shrines that I am associated with. So I don't know when there is where there is a Vodou festival in Nigeria. I know they have been having Vodou festival in Benin. And Benin, I'm talking about former Dahomey, Agbome, and that's a home of Vodou too. But I don't know whether there is any in Nigeria. Maybe the word Benin, a lot of people may mistaken it for the Benin in Nigeria. But then the Benin there's a Republic of Benin, which is formerly Dahomey, home of snakes, as in Ewe. But then now for so many years it's been changed to Benin. So maybe if you heard that there is going to be a Vodou festival in Benin, in Dahomey, yeah, that one is there, and I think it usually happens in January. Yeah, somewhere in January. But I have never been to those festivals. So those of you who have been to the Vodou festival in Benin, please try to answer our brother Ifamuagu over there. And then we have Solis Franklin again. Papa, is there anything like money rituals, sir? No, that's what we are just trying to explain about snake and this. Do you think that if there were to be money rituals, the person who can make money, why would he make it for himself or for herself? If I can make money, why should I go and be making money for you? I should make it for myself. Or is it because me, I don't like money, that's why I will make it for you? So people who tell you that they can do money rituals and make you rich, look at their own lives. Are they rich? Are they not struggling? They are scammers. They are thieves. They just want to take advantage of you and steal your money. If they can make money, They would have been made it for themselves. Sometimes you see, before you go to a priest, watch the priest for some time and see his lifestyle and see the way he responds to questions and how he answers questions, and also look at his lifestyle from afar. And if you think that his lifestyle is good for you, then you deal with that priest. Because there are so many people out there, especially on the social media, who say they can make money for people. Even I've been having a problem with that. A lot of people have been using my photographs and in posters and creating Facebook pages and all this. So each time once they do that, they block me, so I can never see them. When they steal my photographs, they block me, so I can never see them. But I have friends who, when they see them, they alert me, and I try to revisit or visit that page, and I realize that my photographs and the things that I have done or is what they place there, but then they added something more by putting money and drawing a snake or some a jata, a lion or something vomiting money, and they add it to my photographs, and they post, they create their own name, create their own telephone number, and sometimes I'm reporting to Facebook, and Facebook acts very quickly. Sometimes it takes them very long to act on this, and so far I haven't seen anything. Nobody has shown me anything of that yet. Maybe there are still people there who are doing that by using my photographs, especially in Ghana here. So there is nothing called money rituals in spirituality. You can only get rich if you work. Spirits can help people come towards your business or attract people to your business or your investment or whatever you are into. But spirits cannot give you physical money and say, take home. It's not possible. I have not come across it yet. Then Ebenezer Bonso is saying, Papa, is it true when your palm itches, you're about to have money? Is there anything like that in Vodou? Example, when your eye starts to twitch, it means something is, or when your something means something, or when your ears ring, that may mean someone is talking about you. Excuse me, I'm coming. Yeah, in our Vodou or every culture, it is said that when your hand itches, it is about money. When your hand itches, when you say it is about money, one, you can be losing money, another, money can be coming for you. I personally had been experiencing this one from childhood. And what happened is that I had to, like, why do you go to this place? Cool. Put the questions for me to see. I personally have been experiencing that from childhood, and it took me a very long time to know which hand or which part of the palm, when it itches, that money is going to go away, and then which part that when it itches me, that means I'm going to, money will come towards me through one way or the other. So yes, in our every culture, it is a very common thing that when your hand itches, you are going to have something to do with money. It is also true that money can come to you, or you can lose money by another means. So that's what it is. So you have to study yourself, that which hand when it itches brings money to you, and which hand when it itches takes money away from you. And also you must know which part of the hands when they itch, how the money comes. When the hand palm itches, which part that makes you lose more money or lose little money. It is all you yourself that can study it, because we are all different. We are all not the same. But it is believed in every culture that when your hand itches, it has to deal with money matters. What about the ear twitching and your ears rings, and that may mean someone is talking about you? That one I am not very sure, but it could be true that in some cultures, or maybe even in every culture, but I have not really studied that one. And because if somebody is talking about me, how will I know? Then who is talking about me? I will not know. But then if my hand itches and money comes to me, I know. And if my hand itches and money goes away from me, that one too I know. But if my ears are twitching and or your eyes start twitching and you start to feel, or when your ears ring, means someone is talking about you. When someone is talking about you, how will you know who is talking about you? People can talk about you, can say good things about you. People can say bad things about you. But I believe always people will say something about other people. But whether everybody's that they are speaking about, their ears are ringing, I don't know. But I know about the path. Thank you very much, Ebenezer Bonso. I'm very grateful. And then we have a Kobna Penefa Heru Anna. Peace, blessings, and Happy New Year to you and all. Papa, what is the relationship with the Gans Jemawoji and the Akan Obosom with the Aries Vodou? I don't know, because the Jemawoji, which you say it means it's Vodou, and the Akans call it Abosom, and then the Aries call it Vodou. I think it is, as I always say, every culture has a Vodou. Every tribe, every ethnic group has a Vodou. Even Europeans also have Vodou. But they may not call it Vodou in their language, because they may have a different word for it. Just like you are saying that Akans call what we always call Vodou Abosom or Akom. And then maybe in Gan language, it is called Jemawoji. But the Aves call it Vodou, and the Europeans call it spirit. Arabs are calling it Jini. So every culture has got a spiritual this thing, and it depends on what name in their language they call that thing. So in what do you call it? In Ewe, we call spirit Vodou. So if Akan in Akan language, spirit is called Abosom, so it is the same. And if in Gang language, spirit is called Jemawoji, then it's the same. The languages are what is different, but it is the same thing. So, Kwabena Penefa Heru Anan, I think that is what it is. Thank you very much for the question. Then we have someone replying to Ifa Muagun. Ifa Fumike Omitoshi. It's around March and before 1st of May in our temple. Okay? X not always at the same date. It depends on the planets and the spirits. Okay? So Ifa Muagun, there you are. Somebody said India temple, or Yanifa is saying India temple. It is around March and before around March and before 1st May. So maybe you ask other people. So that means it is not a general festival of Vodou festival. Then this one depends on temple to temple or shrine to shrine, which all other Vodou priests and maybe Abolorisha or people who work with Orisha also may have from shrine to shrine. But then I think the question you were asking was the general question, like when they have the Vodou festival, or maybe they have a Orisha festival. But with Yanifa Ifafumike, she is saying that it's not always at the same date. It depends on the planets and the spirits. So in their temple, it is before March and before 1st of May. So there you are. That is their temple. Like our temple, African Magic Temple in Accra, we do it from 25th of December to 31st December. That's when we do our festival, end of year rituals. But then sometimes it spilled over until the 10th, because it was only 3 days ago that we have finished the feeding of all the spirits that we started on the 25th, or even before the 25th, we just finished. So it depends on everybody, but we are not using the planets and all this because in Vodou, we don't really deal with planets. We deal with herbs, we deal with nature. So if Ifa Fumike Omitosin, that their temple, the festival is in March and it's before May. If you think that's what your question is about, you can ask more of that to Iyanifa and ask her to explain and tell you how their festival comes about. And then come down small. No. Okay, we are done with Iyanifa, and then we are going back to Kwabena Apenefa Heroen. And the festival is Benin, is advertised usually as January 10. Today, okay. Then Kwabena Apenefa, thank you. That means the one in Benin, in Dahomey, Republic of Benin. If that's the one, so it is usually on the 10th of January, which is today. So if it is happening then today, it's a Vodou day somewhere in the world in Benin. Oh, that's interesting. Thank you very much, Kwabena Apenefa. Then we go to Danilo Imberile. Papa, happy Sunday and thanks for keeping this education flowing weekly. Please, when someone asks for the help of a Vodou to retrieve money, especially from people who dupe them, is it always the case that if the person don't pay the Vodou, will kill the person? If the person don't pay, the Vodou will kill the person. Or usually, how does Vodou handle such situations? I'm asking because if someone steals your money, they say the person is a thief. When you bring Vodou and Vodou move the thing, let me see. Hey, if you are going to stay here, you stay here. Don't be coming in and going out. What are you coming in and going out about? And what about the people plenty in the house? Please, when someone asks for the help of Vodou to retrieve money, especially from people who dupe them, is it always the case that if the person don't pay, the Vodou will kill the person? Or usually, how does Vodou handle such situations? I'm asking because if someone steals your money, they say the person is a thief. When you bring Vodou and Vodou happens to kill the person again, people say, oh, you kill someone because of money. You kill someone because of money. Thank you. Bring the name down. Let me see who. Danilo Imberile is asking the question. Yes, Danilo, the problem with Vodou is that when people dupe you, one, what was the intention of you going to people who will dupe you? If your intention was very clear and your conscience was very clear and it was not built on greed, when you come to Vodou, Vodou will do things to make the person who took your money. Not every Vodou, but of course, there are certain Vodous who are called a friendly Vodou. A friendly Vodou simply means the Vodous that go and chase people who owe you money. Friendly Vodou. So as I'm talking about Vodou, Vodou just means spirit, simply spirit. So there are certain spirits who can chase people who owe you so that they will torment and disturb the person until the person comes and pay your money. So this is, leave it there, just leave it there. So those Vodus, when you approach them and ask them that someone owes you money, they should get the money for you. Such Vodus will go after the person. That means the person owes you. But when you are talking about somebody who dupe you, okay, take for instance, you go to a person that it should double money for you. You don't want to work, or you think that you can get rich, or you can become okay without really working. That there is a greed in your request or what you were looking for. There is a greed in it because you are going for something that you know that it is not so easy for any human being just to get rich without working. And the person who is trying to take your money also knows that you have greed. That's why he could lure you into thinking that you bring 10 cedis or bring $10, I'll make $100 for you. Under normal circumstances, you know that is not good and it's not possible. So you have some greed. You want to get money without working for it. That's the same way the person who is trying to cheat you also want to get money without working for it. So in such a case, when you bring it to Vodou, Vodou will really not mind you. Because they can see that you are greedy, just as the person who took advantage of you. Just like people who send messages on WhatsApp, send messages on email, and send to you that, oh, I am a girl in Africa. I am the son and daughter, or I am this and that of this person. My father was in government, and when the government collapsed, they have arrested my father or killed my father. So I realized my father left a big amount of money for me somewhere, and my father wants someone to marry me before I can access the money. Do you think that someone who has that kind of money in the bank, then their father is dead, and they say that he should be married, and you are thinking that, oh, you and the woman or the man is looking for husband and wife on social media. The community from which the father came from has not gotten a woman, has not got a man for that girl to marry, and it is only on social media that girl will look for a husband, and that husband has to marry her before she will be able to access the fortunes that the father left behind. In our Africa here, even when your father dies, it's your family who will start to look after the property and everything. So how can they say their daughter should go and marry a foreigner before they will give all the money to the daughter, and the daughter and the foreigner will take and go and be enjoying somewhere? I mean, think that these things are very common. So people send you a friendship request and you accept it, and the next thing you see that, oh, I want to discuss business with you. You don't know me and you want to discuss business with me. But if you are also a greedy person and you think that, oh, this is a chance for me, I'm going to get rich without working for it, they will take advantage of you. So with such kind of thing, the Vodou will not, I'm reading a question, with such kind of thing, the Vodou will not retrieve anything, and it will not even mind you, because you have greed. But if you are genuinely that you want somebody, like you want to learn about spirituality, and you are genuinely looking for a spiritual knowledge and wisdom, and then you give money to someone, and the person just took that money without teaching you anything proper, just deceive you. When you complain to Vodus that are like a Feli Vodou, and then a Fiafi, Vodus that catch thief, when you complain to them, and the person who is having the real Vodou does the ritual for you, definitely the person whoever took your money without your real consent, or who took advantage of you without you being compromised, or you compromising yourself because you are also greedy. Definitely the Vodou will chase the person. And if the person refuses to pay the money to you, of course, things will be happening on the person, and that will tell whether the Vodou is working or not. Recently, we had it was just in this December, just before the festival. I was here when one sister who had been part of the shrine for some years called me up and said that her husband-to-be kept some money with her, but then there were so many of them in the house, and someone took some money out of took some chunk of money out of the lot of the money. Now the husband-to-be suspected that she was the one who used the money. So she wanted to come to my shrine to tell me what to help her so that she can get the person who took the money. So I asked her to come. So she came with another 8 people. There were all 9 people who were living in the house. I don't know the date that they came, but I think it was around before Christmas, around Christmas. Whether it was even Christmas Day or day after Christmas. No, so it was after Christmas. So when they came, I put the mirror down, and then the mirror told me that I should go to. We didn't even use Afar or anything. The mirror told me there's a spirit I have in my house. I've actually never used it to catch thieves before, but it's the spirit of Egu, which the Yoruba call Ogu. And I have never used it to send it to go and attack or look for thieves before, but the mirror told me that I should take the matter to that. So we all went to where the Egu's shrine is. So I told them, I am not a spirit. This is a spirit that they will swear to that spirit. If you are sure that you are not the one who took the money, take the knife and say that this knife I am taking, I swear that I have not stolen this money. And if I should be the one who stole the money, then Egu should deal with me. Put the knife back. So they all did it. Everybody did it. And all went back. Around 5 a.m., I was called by the same girl who is associated with the shrine, that somebody came and threw all the money that they stole down. And it happens and looks like they threw it from their window into the house. They are in the same house, but everybody has their room, so they threw it from their window into the house. So they have found the money, and they don't know what to do. I told them they should take someone to collect the money, and nobody should spend any out of it, because if you spend out of it, the Guju will continue looking for the money. So they came here, and we actually got to know who stole the money, but because we don't want to shame the people who came, we find a way to it. And I had to pray to Guju to put his knife down and not to hurt anybody. Because what we heard is that in the early morning, it was a man and a woman who combined and took the money. At night, the lady, the girlfriend of the man who both of them stole the money, the Egu took the palm. So I think she started complaining about pain in her palm. So when the husband wanted to look at the palm, or the boyfriend wanted to look at what is happening, he too had the same stripe into his palm. So that is when they took the money and threw it quickly out. And it was good that the Egu had left the case. What would have happened is that if they did not release this money, anything could have happened to them, and it will become a bigger problem than just money, because if that any of those people should die, it will be a problem for the whole house, and my shrine would have taken a whole lot of monies from them even before they can touch the dead body. So this is how Vodou works. If you are very genuine and you are not a greedy person, Vodou will work for you in a very proper way. But then there are also some Vodous who are thieves, I would say so, or people made, human beings made them into thieves. That's why some priests can help people who are scamming others to use Vodou to scam people and steal people. But see, whatever you do in this life, you will pay. If you think that you are fooling people, one day somebody will fool you. Nothing goes for nothing. If you think it is your work to be stealing others, one day you end up where you cannot steal anybody anymore. So Danilo Mberile, spirits can do a lot of work, but then be very strict in your heart and the actions that you take, so that when you call upon Vodou or spirit, you can easily get their help or favor from them. Thank you very much. I hope I have answered your question. Come down. Let me see small if I have. Yes, Vodou can kill people, and Vodou can also make people alive. So if you fail and you didn't make it well, and Vodou kills you, it's your own power. Yes, and then Eric Danson. Greetings again, Baba. I'm Eric Danson from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. I had a reading a few months ago because I was having some problems, and the Babalawo did rituals for me at first. It didn't seem like it was working. The Babalawo instructed me to make offering myself to specific Orisha, and then the problems seemed to go away. My question is, if through initiation, can I establish the connection with the spirit myself and just make the offering and make the problems go away without consulting the Babalawo? You see, the Babalawo is initiated and is also initiated to become a priest. It's not everybody who is initiated is a priest. That's one thing. Yes, there are, when you are initiated and you can deal with the spirit directly, but do you know what offerings you are supposed to do to make a particular problem go away or not? Unless you are very much versed in the Ifa tradition or Afa tradition, then when you have a problem and you are initiated and you learn and you get to the priesthood state and you are aware of the things that are there, then of course when you have a problem, you can consult the Orisha or the Vodou itself, and then you will be able to know what to do. But even me, as a priest, I've been a priest for many years, and I've been practicing this for minimum over 40 years. But even I still go to other priests to do a reading for me and also do the rituals for me, so that I won't be biased thinking that, oh, maybe it is this, maybe it is that, because I know it. But so I go to somebody neutral who doesn't know my problem, and I ask the person to do a reading for me. And when the person does the reading for me, then whatever comes out of it, I follow the instruction and get it solved. So in every language, they say that a sharp knife cannot shape its own handle. Another knife is the one that will shape the handle of the sharp knife. So it is said that what it basically means is that, yes, you can be a doctor, a medical doctor, but when you are sick, you have to see another medical doctor who you consult and who will tell you what is happening. And the same thing that you are a lawyer. When you when you have a problem, you don't go and stand in the. You people don't come here again, eh? you go in and then another lawyer will defend you. Maybe because if you may be very well versed in the law, but maybe when you are trying to defend yourself, your emotions may come across and not be able to make you present a new case. That's why someone else will sit in for you. So bring the name down. Let me see the name. Come down. Come. No. Yeah, Eric Danson. So it is okay. You can get initiated and get the spirits to give you direction and everything. So I think there is one of my students, Shamba Musa, is also on the platform now. You can contact him and ask him how does the spirits that I gave to him are directing him, and how does he use them to solve his own problem. Maybe you can begin to learn something. But there are certain problems you need to consult people to give you the direction. Thank you very much, Eric. And then we have a reply to Ebenezer. When your ear rings, it means you get into higher vibration. Okay. Your palm itching when there is changing in your palm lines. Okay. You know, lines on your palm can come and go. Palm lines show your life, and you are responsibly for your life. So palm lines grow and show according to your life. According to your life. And you are responsible for your life. So palm lines grow and show according to your life. You have chosen to walk and what is present. Yes, I agree with but then in every culture, in Vodou, we don't do palmistry. So I think the question that Ebenezer was asking is more directly connected to Vodou. Vodou does not do palmistry. What you are talking about palmistry, which is very true, because I did palmistry myself for many years before just keeping it aside. So in Vodou people, by our every culture, we don't do palmistry. We don't look into people's hands and start telling them stories. We do consultation with Vodou. So in our every culture, or mostly in African culture, some not only necessarily every, when your hand itches, it has nothing to do with the lines in your palm. It has nothing to do with the lines in your palm, because sometimes this part of your palm will be itching, and it also has a meaning. And sometimes it will be here, it will be itching. Sometimes even this part. Sometimes it is here that will be itching. Sometimes it is this part that will be itching, and sometimes the center of the itching. It has nothing to do with lines growing or lines not coming. No. That is palmistry. Mind you, and keep this in mind, what I teach here mostly is Vodou. And when people ask questions concerned or connected to Vodou, I answer them in that way. I don't want to bring Hindu practices or Asian practices into when I am answering every Vodou questions. So people having ear ringing in our every culture, I don't know exactly what it means or what it meant, but I know about the hands itching, that it is money is coming or money is going. When you get into problem and you have to spend money, it is money that is going. So your hand can be itching, and then a problem comes, and then you are going to attend to that problem. By attending to that problem, and you have to use money to attend to that problem, it means money has left your hand. So it is, when they say money is going out of your hand, it's not necessarily that money fell out of your hand and it's gone. You may be in your house and they will call you that your sister's daughter is sick and is in a serious condition. What do? If you have money, you take the money and go there, or you send money to them to solve the problem. It's also money leaving your hand, but before that message will come to you, part of your hand will be itching to tell you that money is coming or money is going. So if you study yourself very well, you will know which hand, when it itches, brings money, and which hand, when it itches, takes money out of your hand. So if the one that you come to understand that when that hand itches, money goes away from your hand. So moment that one starts itching, you must begin to think that, hey, where is the money? What is going to happen? And I will lose money again. Then you begin to be cautious about it. So sometimes you can not prevent it totally, but you can lessen how much money gets out of your hand. So, this is more of a Vodou question. It is not about palmistry or this thing. So it's not because people's lines change in the hands. That's why the hands itch. Hands itch. It's a psychic thing. It comes and give you information ahead of time that there is going to be some money matter. So the palmistry comes in when we look into the hand. Yes, the hands, the palm changes, especially when your mind is worried and thinking too much about so many things or this, and then the lines in the hand changes. When you have so many small lines in your palm, it means you are a worried person. You are a worried person. We have the main, the heart, the head, the heart line, the head, and then the lifeline in our parts. When the line is very thick, it shows this, and when you it also shows when you start reading somebody's palm from the beginning. If it is very weak, that means the person from childhood was a sick person. And all these things are there. I'm not teaching about palmistry. I am teaching Vodou, every Vodou for that matter. So Ebenezer, the reply to your question from Iyanifa Ifafumike is okay. It's also in another dimension. But I think the question you were asking is according to the African way, where if your hand itches, what does it symbolize or what does it signify? So let's keep this thing very clear and we don't confuse ourselves and other people. There are so many other disciplines of spirituality. I am teaching every Vodou, and once in a while I bring in Kabbalah. If I need to teach about Kabbalah, I will talk about Kabbalah, I talk about Kabbalah, and I make everybody to understand that it's Kabbalah. And if I am teaching about Hinduism or Tantra, then I will make that one very clear that this is in Tantra. But when I'm talking about Vodou, as every Vodou, this is how we, the Eves in our culture, that's what I said, that when the hand itches, it shows that it's something connected to money matters. Money will go and money will come. So you need to steady yourself and see which hand, when it itches, takes money away from you, and which hand, when it itches, brings money to you. And also you must know which part of the palm, when it itches, you know how much money is going. If it is just little money, also you have to steady yourself. That's why they say, man, know thyself. If you know yourself, you can know. Thank you very much, Yanifa and Ebenezer Bonso. Thank you. And then, if I'm familiar, yes, the festival is today. Wow. Okay. My brother is there also. Okay. I think that should be in Benin Republic. Thank you, everybody. Ingrid Iya Sankofam, watching from St. Martin. Okay, thank you very much, Ingrid. I might want to know how to invoke this spirit. Which spirit? You cannot just go and learn to invoke spirit without going through initiation. I don't teach that kind of thing. Until you are initiated, I don't teach you how to invoke any spirit, because if you don't know the rules and regulation of the spirit, when you invoke it, how are you going to connect with it? Spirituality has rules and regulation, and you must respect those things. Otherwise, when you go against those things and it disturbs you, then it is at your own risk. For every spirit that you want to deal with, you must know that spirit. You must know what the spirit likes, and you must also know what the spirit doesn't like. You don't go seeing spirits in other people's shrine or in books and start invoking them. You must have a very good knowledge about any spirit that you want to work with and you want to invoke. That's my advice, Ingrid Iya Sankofa. Then we have Habib Bantus. Please, can you tell me, please, whether God created the Vodou for man or man created it themselves. Some believe Vodou is evil spirit. What's your take, sir? What is God in your concept? That's the only question I will ask you to answer your question. Habib Bantus, what is God in your concept? An old man sitting behind the cloud with a long beard, white man with a long nose. Is that how you see God? In Vodou, we see God as the creation. The whole creation is what God is. So if you ask a question like this, that whether God created, who is God? Tell me, then I can continue with your answering you. Tell me who God is in your concept. Then Eric replying to Eric Johnson, thank you, Papa. Thank you to Eric. Yes, then we go. Bella Jidepo Bacha, can you say the knife thing in Evegbe again, please? Sharpening the knives, saying, Ehendade mekpanatina edokui o. Ehendade mekpanatina edokui o. Akbe. Just simply saying that a sharp knife cannot sharpen its own handle. And then we have Caddy Fisher. When my hand itches, it has to do with money. My right hand itches, I will receive money. My left hand itches, I will spend money. That's all that I'm saying, Caddy. Thank you very much. It has nothing to do with palmistry or any Asian. We are talking about black people's way, or especially the Ewe people. And maybe in other cultures it's the same, but the Ewes believe when your hand itches, it has to do with money. Whether money is leaving your hand or money is coming into your hand, you have to steady yourself and know. But if you don't steady yourself, you will not know, because a lot of things that are being taught in Christian churches now, they are trying to bring our tradition back into the church. And when people say, "Oh, your hand starts itching," say, "I receive it. I receive it." You don't know whether you are receiving to lose money or you are receiving to let money come. So when your hand just itches, say, "I receive it, I receive it," because they say if your hand itches, you are going to get money. Sometimes you will lose money, so you receive it. Thank you very much, Kadi Fisher. And then Shamba Musa Mohammed, Papa, this morning I was dreaming and I was asking you if I could learn the second incantation of Jokpata. Okay, I can send you the second incantation of Jokpata since you had been already initiated into Jokpata. I can make an audio and then later translate it for you. So let's chat on WhatsApp so that I can give you the second part of the incantation, the audio form, and also try to do the written form as well for you. And yeah, because your Jokpata, I think is almost, at the time you got it's almost 1 year, January 20. Yeah, you 18. Yeah, so it's almost a year since you were initiated in a full initiation into Jokpata. So yes, I will give you the second incantation. Thank you. But then you must be prepared to tell me the first incantation, whether you have control over the first incantation of the Jokpata incantation, if you have a full control over it. The reason why I did not give everybody the second incantation is because I wanted you people to master the first incantation. Honestly speaking, the first incantation was given to me also. Then after some time, when we invoke Jokpata, we invoke it in a bowl. There's a way to do that too. I have not done that for over 20 years now. But we invoke Jokpata with his seal and everything in the bowl. And when he came out, he was talking, and then we were writing the second part of the incantation. So that one we got directly from the spirit itself, not the first phase that was given to us. So the second phase was directly Jokpata talking, and we were writing, and we wrote it down. It's very interesting when you know spirits. That's why it is very advisable to know each and every spirit before you try to be invoking them. You don't just see things and start invoking. You can get crazy. Thank you, Shamba. Let's go up. And then we have a D blinks do. Papa, fire, 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 and love. Thank you very much, the D blinks. And then we have a formatting called like, kindly explain what is the entity Atigeli does. Atigeli is a very common, very well-known spirit in every land. So I don't think I'm here to be explaining what each spirit in every land or other places do. If you are interested in Atigeli, Tigeri is a warrior spirit in every land in the north, in Burkina Faso, and all these things. People, we call it Atigeli, but then the northness called Tigeri, and then Ashanti is called Tigeri too. But we, the Aves, we call it Atigeli. But it's a warrior spirit and does healing and all kind of things. And then we have a Wilson in touch here. How do I check my spirit? What is your spirit? I don't know what is your spirit, so how can I tell you how to check it? Move up. Habib Bantus, I mean the creator, say, yes, of course. The creator is what everybody call God. What is your concept of him? Do you think that he's a man sitting down somewhere and creating and dropping down on the earth? Have you ever seen any new human being drop down into the earth before? Or drop onto the earth before? In our every concept, the Vodou concept, the whole universe and everything in it is what forms God. That's why we say God is nature and nature is God. So when you say that the creator, in our every cosmology, we also have Trinity. We have Mau Sobolisa, Mau Kitikata, and Mau Ese, all these combine to form one. And it is, they are the creation and everything. So everything is within them and everything is without them. So we in our every culture does not believe that there's a man or a woman sitting behind the clouds called God, who is creating people and taking pen and writing people's mistakes down. And then one day he will put you inside fire while he is sitting in heaven and smiling that you are in fire. We don't believe that. If God is love, why should he put you inside fire? You know, people don't think so much, and people don't think very deep even when they are doing spirituality. God is the creation. So there is no man called God. So if the Vodous that we are combining, we are only using nature to put them as energy point for all the energies that are in the universe to express themselves depending on the knowledge you have. There is no man or woman anywhere called God. Then Shamba Musa Muhammad, yes, Papa, I have memorized the first incantation. Okay, then I can now send you the second incantation. So I will do that for you. Thank you very much. Then I understand you, but it's good to have a sight to the whole of this planet and their language of the universe. Yeah, depending on one person cannot know all. That's why God did not give us everything to know, or nature did not make us to know everything. You go around, and if you are interested in a particular thing, you learn it, then you master it. So when I am teaching about Eve Vodou, I am teaching about that. We are not dealing with planets in Eve Vodou. That's why I'm not talking about planets. If I want to go into astrology, and you want me to deal with in astrological way to talk about different planets and the different what do you call it, the signs that come, and also to go into numerology when it comes to numbers, then because people only learn numerology and they can also do a reading, they can also tell you so much about that. People did astrology, and then they use astrological calculations to tell you the future and what is the position of a planet to your existence, which planet was ruling at the time you were born, and this is what will happen to you in this life. That is other people's teaching. But in every culture, we talk about a say, your job, say, and how it came into the world, and if there's a mistake, what to do to correct it. So, I am teaching every Vodou here, and that's what I teach. And I think most of the people who are coming on this planet, platform are trying to learn about the Ewe Vodou or the Vodou that I am teaching about. They are not coming here to learn about other people's spiritual cultures or anything. So let us keep it within that circle so that we don't confuse other people. Because if I had not gone into explaining and I just let this question or what you have written go on like that, people who are learning from me or trying to understand what Vodou is will be confused. That's why I went into explaining what I am teaching here and what palmistry is and what we Ewe people, as Ewe cultural people or people from Ewe land or from Ewe nation, talk about when people's hand itches. It has nothing to do with palmistry, nothing whatsoever. So I must be very clear because this is my platform and I must explain things to people who are wanting to listen to what I teach. Otherwise, if I don't do it and I just let go like that, people will begin to get confused, honestly. So thank you very much. Yes, let's go up again. And then we have a top fan, Oluchi, also a big sister. I was calling brother because I didn't see the picture. I only know the name all the time. Thank you very much. And she was laughing. I think when I was calling her sister, that was when the laughter was coming. Then we have a Habib Bantus. Thank you so much, Papa, for your explanation. Thank you very much, Habib. Say, Habib, say all cultures, all ethnic groups on this planet have got their own cosmology. We, the Eves, have gotten our own cosmology, and we never came from Adam, and we were not in any Adam's, what do you call it, in a garden anyway. Our Jogbese created us, and each one has their own Jogbese or destiny according to each person. No two people's destiny is the same, just like the thumb print. No two people have the same thumb print. So the thumb print or the lines on the thumb can be likened to a set. Each and every one their own. So the cosmology of the Hebrews or the Jews is where God is sitting on some big throne in heaven, having angels dancing around him and having golden streets that people are walking on and honey and milk are flowing in the water. And that confuses our people to become lazy because they only think that, oh, they don't want to work here. They'll only worship God without working so that when they die, they'll go to heaven and be drinking milk and eating food and dancing every day without working. That's the black man's idea of going to heaven. Just to go somewhere, you will not work, you will not suffer, you will not this, you just everything will be happy. The white man who brought this thing to us is even trying to go to the moon and other planets to find a place in case this place is no more habitable. If they know there is heaven, why don't they just wait and die and go and enjoy there? Their father is there. But they are always spending plenty money to do research, to find locations that can sustain life in case the planet Earth cannot, because we are already destroying the planet by our pollution and everything. So people are spending money. So if there is heaven or there is God, as you are thinking in your concept of God, as if there's a man called God or there's a woman called God, is somewhere and he is the one who created the world. So Vodou is regarded by some people as evil. In our Ewe spirituality, there is no man like that. The whole universe, the whole creation is the expression of God. If God created the world out of nothing, listen very carefully again. If God created the world out of nothing, that means he created the world out of himself. So everything is him or her. So nature is God and God is nature. You cannot separate God from nature. You cannot separate nature from God. When you are a human being, when you take food, naturally, you take it and put into your mouth and it goes into your stomach and pass through your intestines and when it is used up, and then it passes through your ass and goes out. It is no human being who is not sick and is normal will take food and push it through his nose to enter to the stomach. That is not natural. So the nature has created everything perfect for us, and we are living in it. And even if you go into the Bible and they say God created the world and saw that everything is good. So who created the spirits in the world if it was not God? The divinities, the principalities, as it is called in Hebrew and in the 6th and 7th book of Moses and other, the principalities, the divinities, the angels and the archangels, who created them? All together, combination of all this together is what we call God. So that is our concept of God. But other ethnic groups around the world also have their concept about God. I talk about my people. Why I talk about my people? Because I've gone into all the other things and other places, and I have learned their own. And I have never really concentrated in learning my own. And I had always learned foreign things to my culture. So after learning all these foreign things to my culture, apart from my culture, I decided to come and revisit my own culture. And I have seen so much knowledge and wisdom and about what God is and what God is not. And I have realized that most of the other religions were not compatible to my nature, but then my traditional spirituality, or the way my people look at God, is what is compatible with me. So I chose to go back deep into our culture, into Vodou, and that's what I do here, and that's what I teach. Long before I started going back into Vodou, my grandfather was a Vodou priest. My aunties were all Vodou priestesses. They have their shrines when I was growing up. And I remember my mother was taking me to this shrine when I was young. When I got sick, they would bath me here. They would do things there, and I survived. But I was born into a Christian family. My father is a Protestant, and my mother is a Catholic. So I was born into a Christian family. Even though my ancestors were doing traditional religion, I personally didn't really go into it until I have explored all the other avenues that I thought were better than our own. But I came to realize that Vodou is the only spiritual practice that a group of people practice and find direct benefits. So if you practice what is in your what do you call it, in your tradition, with the name Habib Bantus. I don't know whether you are a Bantu. If you are a Bantu, if you go back into the cosmology of the Bantus, you begin to understand that they have a very rich knowledge and wisdom about what they call God and how to approach it. And if you go back into that route, forgetting about Israel and Jesus Christ and Abraham and his children, go back to your grandfather, because if you look into the face of you, you resemble people from your bloodline. And if you look at Abraham and his children, they also they look at like people from their bloodline. I cannot tell that I am a great grandson of Abraham. Which part of me look like Abraham or Abraham's mother? No, none. No part of me look like Abraham. So why should I keep deceiving myself that Abraham is our ancestor? Ancestor from where? Ancestor from where? Can Abraham speak Ewe? Or can Abraham's children speak Ewe? And tell me about Ewe culture and cosmology? No. So we as Africans and Black people, we must try to trace our root to where our ancestral line or bloodline is coming from. So this is what I have explored all. So there is nothing called God in the skies. God is right here with you. And if I want to refer you again to some biblical story where Jesus was telling people that if you say you are loving a God that you don't see and hate your fellow human being, you are not doing it. It is vanity. What does that mean? Or how do you understand that? It means you cannot see God, and nobody has ever seen God, because he is the old soul who no eyes has ever seen or no ears have ever heard. So when people tell you that God told me to tell you, why did they see the God before he's telling them to tell you? So why can't God talk to you directly? These are the questions. So when you are go back into the Bible where Jesus Christ was saying that if you are worshiping and believing and say you love an entity that you cannot see and hate the things and don't show love to the things that are around you, you are doing nothing. You are not worshiping anything. So simply it means that the creation is what God is. It is not that imaginary old man with a long beard, with long nose and put goggles. I don't know whether Google people supplied him the goggles or who supplied him, whatever we were told. We were all brought up from that base from childhood. They draw him very big in our class 1 classroom, and for a child, you have been seeing that every day. Of course, it works on your mind, and you begin to think that God is a white man sitting in the space somewhere in the sky, and he's watching you. If you take your mother's fish, you write it down, one day he will punish you. It's you and you alone who know that you took that fish, and you are the one who will pay one day, and it is recorded in your inner self, and whatever you do, it will show. So you can't you're going to come out and cut off symbols. So battery. The YouTube. So put battery and do it. People are watching there too. Why people are so lazy like this? So let me see where I am so I can explain to people, because you have put that one up. You are seeing that the thing has gone. So get the YouTube back. So as I am saying, so God is everything. Stop thinking that God is a man from Israel, or God is a man from Saudi Arabia or from Mecca. No, God is from everywhere. God is from everywhere. That's why every culture has the name of God in their own culture, in their own language. The way Arabs call God, they say Allah. My people don't call God Allah. We call him Ma'u. Is that not it? So I am not Arab, whereby I will be calling God Allah. So if I am not an Arab and I am calling God Allah every time, then there's something wrong with me. I must call him in my language, then I understand the one that is above. But if I say Allah, it does not resonate to me, because I don't know the alphabets and the things that form the word Allah. But in every language, when I say ma, emma, or ma, wu, it automatically tells me that which is above all. So the combination of every spirit is above only one single spirit. So I will advise my brother Habib Bantu that try to go back to your roots and then ask the elders to give you this. There is nothing called God in the sky. God is all around you and within you. Okay, any question for me to see, or if while doing some other thing again? And Habib Bantu, thank you so much, Papa, for your explanation. Good afternoon, Mr. Christopher. I hope you are doing well with your family. Yeah, that's from Richard Okanse. I say thank you for joining us. It's been a while. How are the children? I hope that things are getting better now, but we are still hearing that the COVID-19 is spreading its ugly head in Europe. So please take care of yourself and the children, and may the ancestors and the gods of our land continue to bless you. Thank you very much, Apesi. Then we go to Danilo Mberi. Papa, have you given Tobe Damalia to anyone? I mean the full spirit. I'm asking because you say you have spirit that you have not given to anybody yet. I've never given Tobe Damalia to anybody. Whether the half of the spirit or full, I have not given anybody. It's not every spirit that I can give people, because some of the spirits are very dangerous. And if I don't know you and I don't trust you and I don't see you for so long, even my children, Senna, Pele, and all my children, I have not given them, I have not even initiated anybody into Tobe Damalia yet, because I know what kind of spirit that spirit is, and I don't want to endanger the life of my children. So I have not given Tobe Damalia to anybody. And I don't know whether I will give it to people. That is Danilo. Yes, thank you very much for the question. And then our sister Oluchi also Wonke. Papa, thank you for you. You are always on point. Peace and love. Thank you very much. And same to you, my dear sister. Eric Dunson, the creator created creation by becoming creation created. Thank you. Thank you very much, Eric. I'm very happy with that explanation. That is it. That is just that it is. And then Oluchi again was laughing. And then Habib Bantus, Papa, you are a real philosophy. I've learned so much. So that's why I have gone through all the little that I could keep in my small head is what I am talking about. Yeah, but I like to know. That's why I went to learn. And then Pierre Palacin saying, greetings, Tobe, and Happy New Year. My question is, when you make an essay for someone, does this mean that the person becomes invulnerable to spiritual attack to their physical body? No. When they make an essay for you, it does not mean that you become invulnerable to spiritual attacks to your physical body. Even people can still attack your spiritual body, but if your essay is very strong, depending on the way you have a relationship with your essay, before anything will happen, whether positive or negative, your essay should be able to alert you and probably give you an insight on what to do to avoid which is bad and what to do to claim what is good. Essay, when it is set up properly and you deal with it properly, you realize that it is more than even you yourself, because what you don't know, it will tell you and it will guide you how to be in line with nature and be able to avoid problems. Raise it up, and the question is nothing. So that's it. And then my second question is it easy to travel from Ghana to back to America with the essay that you have created for them? Thank you in advance, Papa, for your answer, and many blessings. Yes, Palestine, yes, it is easy to travel with your essay back to America. I think you can speak with Cady Fisher, who is also on the platform, Angie Fisher, who is also on the platform, and my sons, Senna and Pele. They are living in Japan, and their essays have been taken from Ghana to Japan. And Cady Fisher, Angie Fisher, and Cameron Ghani, they also had their essays taken with them to America. So you can ask them on the platform, or even when this section closes, and ask them questions. They will be able to tell you how they managed to get their essay. There is nothing wrong with your essay, and I don't think that if your essay is properly set, then anybody can stop you anywhere and say, what is it, where are you taking it to? Because the essay is very powerful. I tell you, essay is very powerful. All the spirits that are with me are under my essay. My essay is the Mau essay. So every spirit that I deal with, it was my essay who brought them my way. So all the spirits are under the essay, because the essay is the Mau. It's only we are putting a physical representation of it, just like how Christians make a metal or make a wood and wear it on their neck and believe that that is Jesus Christ or that is God. That is how it is with us too. If Christians can wear a cross and believe that that is God and give it absolute respect and keep it in their chapels and temples and everything, the wood that they use in making the cross was from the bush. They cut it and they shape it into the form of cross, and they begin to respect it. So we too, we use clay and form our essay, and we respect it. Thank you very much. Then do masecho nyonyo yevu. Do leke before. In pouring libations, you've shared with us that the one doing it should face the east. I want to ask, if that is not done, what are the outcome and its remedies? Thanks and Happy New Year. Thank you very much, Do. The reason why we face the east is, before anybody start worshiping what they call God or divine being, people, when nobody wrote any philosophy down, listen very carefully. When no one was trying to talk about how God looks like and how he doesn't look like, whether he have a child or he doesn't have a child, or all these things. Human beings live with the rising of the sun. Animals and plants all live with the rising of the sun. Wake up and rise up with the sun. And when the sun goes down, everything goes down and becomes dark and everything sleeps, except for spirits that work at night, and also for birds and animals that only can go out at night to find their food. So the rising of the sun, or the direction of the east, represents life. That's why when we are pouring libation, we go towards life. Because if the sun should not be in our solar system today, what would have happened? All the planets will collapse and crash into each other. The human life will be lost. Because the sun is the nucleus of the center of our universe. And all the 9 or the 11 or 13 planets are going around it. So the sun represents life on this planet. So wherever it rises from, that is where you expect life to come from. So when we wake up and pray towards the rising sun, we are praying towards life. So when we pour libation towards that direction, we are pouring libation so that life should come back to us, or we should empower ourselves with life. And the first worshiping of God was the worshiping of the sun, the Amen-Ra, the Ra, or the Amen-Ra, which is the Egyptian god Ra, which represents the sun god. So, there's so much you have to learn in this world. So that is it. The Do Masecho Nyonyo Yevu. So that is it. So the rising sun represents life, the east represents life, and the west represents darkness and death. Thank you very much. Then Martin Kobla, no picture on YouTube again, or it came back maybe how many minutes ago? 11 minutes ago. I think people have fixed it. Okay, for Martin, they have sent it. They have fixed it. Then we have Danilo in Berile. Papa, what did Togbe demonstrate to you in few minutes after really shock you and inspire you back into Vodou? Oh, everything is written in the Danilo. Everything, what I am saying, the way he taught me, everything is written. Those things actually, I have only told my children this, but my children decide to put them into writing and put it there. Togbe has shown so much to me, so many things, but when I met him, when I grew up and I met him physically, it made things much, much clearer about God and the creation. And like a human being who can sit here and see anywhere in the world. And for me, even though I was born with extrasensory perceptive abilities, I wasn't able to really guide it and direct it properly into doing things for myself and for other people. It comes like a flash and goes, and if my instincts are able to capture it, sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't work. But since Togbe was able to guide me and then taught me how to go through the line, I am able to see now and I'm able to hear, even without taking or without using any instrument. Informations can come to me anytime, and I can relate it to people. And especially when I sit down and want to do spiritual work, the moment I finish praying, the information start coming. And it is all because Togbe Tuji had done all that for me. So he has taught me so much that I have gone into Tantra. I live, sit down, do meditation for 3 to 6 hours. You can imagine that somebody sit in lotus posture for 6 hours doing meditation, just trying to still your mind and move your mind beyond the human body or mind over matter and all this. Yet still, I couldn't even see an ant walking inside passing by in a crystal ball. What a waste of time. What a waste of time. And I came back into my own culture, and with herbs, I am able to see and even able to call names that I don't even know, people that I've never met before. And I open my mirror, I can call their names, I can give direction, I can describe locations. Even police in Ghana, police, the CID can come to me if they are looking for criminal, and I can sit in my house and tell them where the criminals are hiding, and they will go there and catch them. So what else do I need? So Danilo, that's how Toby had been with me, Toby Tuji. And that's what has demonstrated to me. And that has shocked me that, so there's so much knowledge and wisdom in my own land. And then I've been roaming the world, being in Ethiopia, being India, to Thailand, Philippines, and Japan, all places just looking for knowledge. And the knowledge was just in my backyard. I would never go back away from Vodou again, because I know Christianity, I know Islam, I know Hinduism, I know Buddhism, I know all these things. So for them, I have knowledge about them. But Vodou, that is my own. Now, before I am learning about it, and I don't think I will. So far, it has demonstrated to me that there's knowledge in the world, and God is the universe, and God is nature, and nature is God. So it is, sometimes I wonder how things happen, but I don't think there is anything that can match this for me. Maybe in other people's cultures, they also have their own, but for me, this is the one that resonates with my soul and with my inner self, and that's why I'm following it, and that's what I would do. Thank you. Then Ronald Mitchell, okay, great. Do not want to learn Vodou. Okay, great. They do not want to learn Vodou. Nobody is forcing anybody to learn Vodou. I am learning Vodou myself, and I'm teaching Vodou, and I am not forcing anyone to come and learn Vodou from me or not to learn Vodou from me. It is up to you. Whichever resonates with your soul, follow it. And when the end of your life comes, you can decide what it is. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm not going to hell, and I also know I'm not going to heaven, because I don't have interest in those places. I'm going to my ancestors who will redirect me. I'm going back to my God who will redirect me to what to do next when I come into the face of life. Yes, then Ronald Michel, hi, I need to know Vodou. They do not want us to know you. They do not want us to know you great. We are teaching it here. You go on to the net and you see a lot of my teachings and those of my children, and we are explaining what our ancestors did and how they relate to the divine being or divinity. So it's up to you. If you want to learn, then go in and read more about what we teach. And then there are also other platforms who are teaching. But this is what we teach. We teach Ewe Vodou. I'm not teaching about Haitian Vodou, but I'm teaching about Ewe Vodou, the original Ewe people's way of life. Then Carl was giving us a thumb up. Carl Ado, thank you very much, Carl. How you've been missing in action. How is Abla? Hope you are all happy. Thank you very much. You are all well and happy. Thank you. Then we have Ronald Mitchell again. They are afraid of Vodou. Vodou is, every culture has Vodou. You see, the point is that a lot of people make mistake thinking that Vodou is only for African people or it's only for Ewe people. The word Vodou is Ewe word, Ewe and for word, for spirit. Everywhere in the world there are spirits. They may not call it Vodou, but we, the Ewes and the four people, we call it spirit Vodou. Finish. So what are people afraid of? Nobody is afraid of Vodou, because they also have Vodou in their land. They may call it another word, but it is Vodou. It's a spirit. When you go into many other spiritual disciplines, You know that they all have spirits, and they teach you how to deal with each spirit and all that. So you people shouldn't make Vodou look as if it is something totally different from what other people do. They may not call it Vodou, but it is Vodou because Vodou means spirit. But we in every land, it's our way of life. When we drink, we are drinking in the Vodou way. When we kill animal, we kill the animal in the Vodou way. When we are eating our food, we are eating in the Vodou ways. That's why they tell you, oh, don't put your food on a chair. Don't do this, don't do that. At night, don't whistle. All these things comprises what Vodou is in every culture. Wait, but bag another. I can't. And then who again? And we are coming to Ifa Fumilayo Adwa. Thank you for sharing your wisdom as usual. All well received. I have to go now. Thank you very much, big sister Ifa Fumilayo. We thank you for joining us, and great. Yes, and then we have a formatting cobbler. Again, I'm curious about Togbi Damalier. Please extend my greetings to him. Kindly explain what the entity does. Damalier does anything, even he wakes up dead people. Togbi Damalier, when people are sick and almost dying, we bring them to Togbi Damalier. He wakes them up. People who were getting blind, there was a woman who has got what do they call it? When you have that kidney problem. When your kidneys break down. Okay, not jaundice. Okay, I'll just say that for Martin is a doctor, so he would know. There was this girl who was in the Ghana army, and her 2 kidneys failed. And then she was dying, and they brought her here early morning. I was not even at home. People called me, and I came to the shrine, and she could not see. Her eyes were blind. So they put her on a stretcher. We put her inside Damalier's shrine. We just prepared herbs and bath her, and we left her there. After some time, she shouted and called the mother that she could see. And she lived for another 8 to 10 years before dying just recently. And even then, they have not been coming to the shrine for about 7 years. They don't even come to the shrine. But I just heard from the uncle who brought them here that she died recently. But then Damalia has gotten life for her for at least more than 5 years. So Damalia is a very powerful spirit. And when I say I don't give it to anybody, I know why I don't give it to anybody. Yes, and then we go for Martin. That's my answer. And then Rona Michel said, thank you. Thank you too for joining. And Rona Michel Vodou is the oldest. Vodou is the oldest belief. Yes, it is everywhere. It is not limited to Africa alone. Everybody believes in spirit. Even in the olden days when we were in the Stone Age, or what did they call it? Is it Stone Age come first, or there was an age when human beings were using stone to as their disease? People were still afraid of spirits. People could even see spirits passing by, and people ran away. So it's not necessarily only in Africa. Spirits are everywhere. Spirits are everywhere in the world. So people know that there are spirits, and they work with spirits. They attend the spirits rituals. So it is not limited to Africa or Africans or every people. Vodou is everywhere. White America lies about Vodou. No, they don't. They also have Vodou. When you go to the what do you call it, the native Indians, they do Vodou. When they call upon the nature, they call upon the eagle, they call upon the sun, they call upon the weather. Is it not Vodou? It's Vodou. And when they set a bonfire and dance around the bonfire, playing their drums and chanting and calling names of ancestors and spirits, that's also Vodou. So Vodou is not limited to Black Africa or to every people alone. Vodou is everywhere. You may not call it Vodou in your language, but we call it Vodou in our language. So it is not that the white American, they say it's evil, that is a lie. You know, but anything that is evil, gun that they are using to shoot people and killing black people in America, to everybody, gun is evil, isn't it? But people are manufacturing and they got license and they are manufacturing gun every day. The same gun that they use to kill people, it's also somebody's savior. Someone is using that gun to protect himself. So gun is not evil or good. It is the person who holds the gun in their hand is the person who is either an evil person or he is not an evil person. It's not everybody who has gun is using it to shoot people down, and it's not every policeman in America who is shooting people down. But there are some people who are shooting people down indiscriminately because the people themselves are evil. It's not the gun that they are holding that is evil. So it is with Vodou. People have Vodou and they use it for good things, and people have Vodou and they can use it to kill you. As I was talking about Damalia also killed at least 2 people in my shrine. Not they don't belong to my shrine, but they were working with us and we did certain things for them, and the things worked out well. They came back to when it comes for the time for them to say thank you, they were telling lies. And I remember what they said when they were in trouble. But when I reminded them, they said, no, they didn't say that. So I said, okay, I am not spirit. It is you who made a pledge to the spirit that they should do this for you, to do that for you. Now you have agreed that you have accomplished, the spirit has accomplished the assignment you gave it. And it is time for you to say thank you. And you say that is not what you said. So whatever you say you told the spirit, say it to the spirit and bring whatever you say you are going to give it. If you, whatever you felt. So people came, people were sick. One guy came, half of his body, this side became black and this place was fair from the head down. And his eyes was very red and this one was clear. So we realized that there is this sickness, Eva, we call it in Eva. I don't know how to call it in English, but it will make like a wound on your hand or on your one side of your body, has hit him in the head. It's kind of whatever it is, a bacteria or whatever, it attacked the person. The one the three people call Anansi, that sickness. I don't know its English name. In English, shingles. Okay, shingle. Okay, so that woman they call Lady Shingle is that name? Oh no, I must ask. Okay, so this guy had this problem, and the part of this. So we asked Damalia to cure him, and Damalia did cure him. And he made a pledge that he was going to bring a goat, a ram. Because those are the things you take to Damalia. It's very expensive spirit. To approach it, to let him work for you, you have to bring a ram, a goat, 2 chickens. You have to bring pepper, you bring salt, you bring appetition, you bring a gin, and gunpowder, 1 box. If you want to send Damalia in his real form, those are the things you have to bring to him. So that's why it's not a baby spirit. If you don't have those kind of things, I can never take you to the shrine of Damalia for anything. If I take you there, it is just like a half work. It is even not half, maybe quarter. So what happened is that the guy was cured. He was a mechanic. He has a very big mechanic shop, and he became okay. So one day I called people and asked them how was he. They said he was okay. So they were going to come. So he came and he brought a goat. And I said, well, it's not only goat. You have to also add the ram. If we are going to say thank you, it's okay. You go and come. For 1 year, he never came. He left the goat in the house. For 1 whole year, he didn't come. So I was calling him and all this, and he was feeling reluctant to come. Then we got to a point, he came and brought the ram, brought the other things. So when we approached Damalier, that we brought the things and we wanted to relieve the pledge that the man made, redeem the pledge that the man made. Then Damalier said how much money was his pledge. He said he pledged 500 Ghana. It's just 500. So 500 in Ghana that time, 50 cedis was also called 500. So when the currency was changed, the currency was changed before he made the pledge. But he said it was the old currency he was calling, which was the 50 cedis instead of the 500 of the new cedi. I don't have a problem. It is spirits who work for you and you are dealing with them. So let's give the money to the spirit. So we give the money to the spirit and we did the ritual. The man went back home. We even cleansed him and make a sealing so that that sickness will never come upon him anymore. The man went back, and I think about 3 or 4 months later, the nephews called me that their uncle was sick again and was in coma at the hospital, and they said that they should. He said that they should come to me. So what did he do? He paid his everything, and we did everything. So why should they come? They said my spirits are worrying him. Why should my spirits worry him? You have paid everything. Now we have given it to the spirit. I am not a spirit. I'm just a human being. So whatever you say, it is in your head. It's in your heart. That's why I say there's no God in the sky. They're all here. So we gave they called me, and then I said, okay, they should bring 2 bottles of drink. If it is my spirit that were bothering their uncle for something, then when I pray to the Toby Damalier, their uncle will wake up at the hospital and become normal. And truly, when I prayed that day, he woke up. By the time we finished the prayer, they called me from Koforia Hospital that the man woke up and was with them. And then what's the problem? He said, oh, he told me like he actually said he was going to pay 500 Ghana new cedis. But when they came there, he said something. So the spirit is after him for deceiving me and the spirit. The spirit, you cannot deceive spirit. But me, you can deceive me because I don't know everything. So I told them, okay, then the money that he is supposed to bring, he should bring it. And they quickly brought the money. But when I presented it to the spirit Damalier told me that he has already finished with him. And he killed him. He killed him. There was also a situation where 1,000 bags of sugar with the truck and the driver, a 40-foot container, the driver, the truck, the load, and everything got missing. There were 13 trucks that were coming from the harbor going to Burkina Faso. One and the driver and everything got missing. So they went to police, they did everything, they couldn't find. So the police sent them to me. So we sent Damalier. The day we were doing the ritual, we heard that they saw some of the goods in Kumasi. We haven't even finished the ritual before we heard something. So the guy quickly left here, took a plane to Kumasi, and he went and looked at the goods and said, no, those were not his goods. Okay, no problem. We were waiting. Somebody from jail was inside in Sowan prison. How he knew this man or how he didn't know the man, he was able to call the man and told him that he is on remand in Sowan prison for some money he couldn't pay to the court. So if they can come and pay the money on his behalf and take him out of the jail, he will take them to who stole where the truck and everything is. So they called me and said, okay, do it. So they went to court and paid the fines and charges and everything. And they released the guy and he led them to the house and they caught the thieves. The truck, they repainted it a different color and they changed the number, but they caught them. That's the kind of work we do in this house. We don't do baby work. So sometimes these things are surprising. They look crazy, but they are happening live in our at our shrine. So Damalier, those are some of his works. So when and that guy, the person who led them, because they refused to come and pay the money. So the person who led them to us, he was the one who could speak Ewe. So he was the one who spoke on behalf of this Northness. And since the Northness refused to come and pay the money, the spirit went and caught him. His name was also Papa. We were here one day. He was a taxi driver. We were here one day when he called me that he was sick and he was coming. So he came. Oh, the guy looked different. Who say I'm Papa? Then I said, I was the one who brought the Ibrahim. And what's happening? So his body all has swollen up, and they've been going to church, and they've been going to all kind of prayer center and all this thing. So I prayed for him that day at Tommy Damalier's place, and excuse me, he couldn't go to toilet for a very long time. But when we prayed that day, when he got home, he was relieved of himself, and he was able to eat. And he called me, say, Papa, hey, I could go to toilet and I was able to eat food after so many months. Today I feel decent. So I told him to tell his parents to bring the things that the man pledged so that we can give to the spirit, and the spirit will just leave him. They said, no, they will take him to church. They took him to church, and he was there the following day, and his breath was not enough, and they were rushing him to Kolebu. They even called me when they were rushing him to Kolebu, and before they got to Kolebu, he died. So a spirit that you don't know, don't deal with them. Don't try to invoke them, and don't try to say you heard about their name and this thing, so you kill yourself. For some of the spirits, they are very quiet spirits, but when they act, very dangerous. So Damalier, I've not even given the seed or initiated any of my children into it. What they can do is that when I cook Damalier's food, I let them also eat some of it. Usually, I'm supposed to eat it alone without giving anybody. But I let them also taste it so that at least they are with me and they are helping me take care of the shrine. So they must be kind of related to the spirit so that the spirit will not look at them as strangers. So Damalier is one spirit that we all respect and fear. That's why we created a shrine for him within the shrine. So there's a Rona Michel. They say it is evil that is lying. We read that Rona Michel Vodou started in Benin. Okay. But Vodou started everywhere. It doesn't start in Benin. That's what a lot of people understand. It's an everything. It's not Benin where it started from. It is an Eve and four. The Eve and the four people are the same people. It's only that the four people, they speak in a nasal tone, while we, the other Eve people, we speak in the normal without the nasal. So Vodou did not start from Benin. It's a lie. It's not true. When you say spirit didn't start from one place. It started from everywhere. Because like my people in my village, they have not gone to Benin before. Or if they migrated from Benin to this place, I cannot tell, but they have never gone to Benin before. And we don't even call spirit Vodou, we call it Bokor. We don't call it Vodou, but it's spirit we call Bokor in another Ewe dialect. So you can't say Vodou started from Benin. It is not true. I am an Ewe man, I know. And then Patricia Amon said, Papa, please kindly explain about Asaseya. Asaseya is in our own Ewe language, we call Anyigbato, the owner of the earth. So it is known in every culture. The Ashantis call it Asaseya. We call it Anyigbato. I think the Indians call it Gaia. Gaia Devi. Yeah, it's called Gaia Devi. And then other cultures also have different name for it. So it is not limited to any particular culture to say they are the only ones. So, but then in every Anyigba or the Mother Earth, sometimes you and the Anyigba can eat from one plate, so that when people try to disturb your life, it can also come into help you. So maybe when you also try to find out from the Akan people what kind of rituals and ceremonies do they do to Asaseya to empower Asaseya, and that empowerment will benefit you as a human being? For that is my answer to Patricia Amo. Thank you very much. And then we have a Ronald Mitchell. No, that cross means death. No, that cross means death. Oh yeah, but then the Christians are putting the cross, they cut it in the bush, and they worship it as God. So to them, it's life. That's the same thing. We make other things. That's the same thing. We also make other things like from clay, and we also put our energies, invite our energies to be inside, just to represent it so that we can see. Because a human being, when it sees something with physical eye, it is more easy for him to relate to it than to be imagining it all in their mind. That's why people begin to imagine God as a white man with a long beard and sitting somewhere and writing people's mistake. Why? Why should God be writing in people's mistake? He doesn't have any other work to do. If you make mistake, you yourself, you know, you will get the punishment. It's not for God to be writing it down. And then Ronald Mitchell, okay, I understand. Understand. Okay, thank you, Ronald. And then Ronald Mitchell goes, so true. Then Cameron Ghani, good morning, Papa. Cameron, how are you? Thank you very much. I was just talking about you, that you have taken your essay from here to this. And someone was asking whether they could take the essay from Ghana. So I made a reference to your name. Thank you very much, Cameron. Hope all of you are happy. And how is Kyrie? Hope you are all fine. Thank you very much. I've been speaking with your mom from time to time. So I think for myself and her, we have a chat. So we almost talk. So I know her situation. And my regards to all, and Happy New Year to all of you. And then I understand what he is saying. Ronald said so. Thank you. And then we go on to the Masecho Nyonyo. I was at a naming ceremony, and the person pouring libation faces probably the worst in any percussion of that child. I don't know. He also have his reason for facing the what do you call it, the West. I don't know why he faces the West when you are doing a naming ceremony, and who chose that person to pray. I'm not related to the family, so I don't know what trust they have in that person to pray, and the person chose to pray towards the West. Each and everything that happens in life, maybe that's the way you saw him, but maybe he has a different thing he's doing. Because he could show the thing to the east, then show it to Hodota, and then Hoiho, which means sunrise, midday sun, and then the sunset. So it could be that's what he's doing, that the child's life should be long until to the evening. Every culture is so deep and so many things that you may not understand. The sunrise is life, is heat. But when it goes into sunset, it's cool down. So when we pray, sometimes we say that may your life be long until you reach the evening of your life, which means it should cool down. You shouldn't die in the mid of your life, but then life starts from the east, and it goes through the mid life, and finally start descending until it goes towards the last end, which is the west. So when someone prays for you, they start calling from the east until they say, may your life be long until you get into your evening, which is in the west. So it depends on what the person was praying about. I cannot be here and tell you that the way he did the libation will have some repercussion. The people and the parents of that child called the person to do the libation. They know why they call him, and I believe that they trust him that he will do the right thing. So, though I believe it was done in good faith. Yes, and then we'll be closing out soon. We are almost hitting 5 o'clock. Ronald Michel, they say Vodou is evil. Why? I think we have read this Americans are liars, and then we said no, and then okay, go. Kukubal, God knows, Maunya, Kukubal, Maunya. This is what we want to see, hear, and listen to. Owel and Doji. So Janet to a Chinao. Please, what is the meaning of the name Sachi Maja? Okay, if I want to break it down in my Ewe dialect, which is central Ewe from Hokwe, going towards the north, our Ewe Vedome language, Sachi Maja. If I understand it in that dialect, it means when you bind rain, a rain will not fall. Sachi, Sachi, and then it cannot fall. Sachi Maja. But I don't know how the real meaning in the Angra or the Southern Ewe. So, but then the word mostly it comes from the Southern Ewe side, Sachimaja, like the village when you are going to Abo area, going there, the Sachimaja village is there. So maybe you may also ask some elderly people from that place to find out what it really means. But if I'm literally going to translate it, I will just say it in my every dialect, which means sachi. Chi means sa means to bind. Chi means rain. Maja, not fall. So sachi maja means to bind the rain, and the rain will not fall. Thank you, Kukubo. Maunya. And then Rona Misha is not evil. No, I agree with you. Rona Misha, thank you. And then let's go. Then so it comes from Benin. So it comes from. No, I know that. Okay. And then Prince Achuche, Papa, I miss you. Thank God for your life. Thank you too, and all of you. Oh, but like I mean, you're very comments over. Whether Benin comes from Vodou come from Benin or Vodou come from all Ewe nations, it doesn't matter. The word Vodou, as it's in Benin language or form, as it is in Ewe, it means spirit. So the Ewes and the Fons are from the same stock. So we understand each other's language. So the Fons called God Mau, the Ewes called God Mau. So all the things I say and all these things I'm talking about, it's the same as in the four language. So the Efon and the Ewes are the same people. Only that one group speaks more in the nasal sound when they are speaking the Ewe language. So then Carl Ado, I think this is how many, 26 minutes ago, these are long things. And then Matty, we are very grateful to you, God, for your life. You've studied all what you know for our benefit. May God bless you with a very long and happy and healthy life. Thank you, for Martin. I'm very grateful. May the ancestors and God continue blessing you and your generation too. Thank you very much. No, they show movie that show Vodou is evil. Okay, movie is created, it's not Vodou, it's someone who is acting Vodou. How many real Vodou priest was inside that movie? It is somebody who will be acting as a Vodou priest. So movie is movie. We are not talking about movie, we are talking about real things. And then Ronald, look at what are you people doing? Ronald Mitchell says, okay, Papa, thank you very much, Ronald. And Vodou is even in the Bible. Yes, it is, because when you go into the Bible and you go to Leviticus, how the Jews and the old Jews, the original Jews, who came to Egypt and learned from Egypt and learned from our ancestors and then went back to their land, as they call it, Israel. There's so much binding inside those things. All this. Abraham was not a Christian, but then stupid Christian people would think that Abraham was a Christian. He wasn't a Christian. A man has his own shrine, which now one of them became the Kaaba that the Muslims are using. So who told you that Abraham was a Christian? Abraham was following the law of nature and the law of spirits. He was never, and all his children, not until Christianity or the teachings of Abraham was taught from Europe. God was always looked upon as a spirit, and his agents were treated as spirit. But when the knowledge was taken from the Jewish land, and brought to Europe and returned to the world, then it's when everything became adulterated and we don't know where we are going and we don't know where we are coming from. Thank you for teaching me this. Thank you also, Michelle. We are very grateful to you. And then I need to learn this. You have to do. Then we have Dai Kolo. Greetings, Baba. While I was preparing my mind and finances to do a reading and other things to follow, I suddenly lost my job. What kind of sign is this? For my mind is solidly made up to establish an active relationship with my ancestors. Whatever happens in life has a reason. Why you lost your job, no one can tell. And maybe it is that losing of job that may give you life. We never know. Maybe it is that loss of job that is going to keep you at one place now or open up your mind to be serious about life. Nobody knows. But whatever happens to you in your life, it has a reason. And that reason is only known to God and our destinies. If you want to find out from them, you do a reading and find out why those things are happening, and they'll guide you. Yes, and Ronald said, wow, wow, that's great, Baba. And then we'll be stopping soon. I see spirit, so I know it's not evil. I had a woman from Haiti. I know Vodou is everywhere. Yes, it is. That true, Baba. That true, Baba. You say about what you say, it's the people, not the gun. Yes, true. And the Vodou means spirit. Yes, in our evil and fall language. The Carl is saying, wow. And then Ronald Mitchell again, he said, okay. And then Baba Craig, thank you, Baba Craig. You've been listening quietly. You didn't make any, you didn't send in any message to let me know that you were watching. Baba Craig is Elache Toby. Akwe Baba Craig. Thank you very much. Baba Craig is also a Babalao and a Vodou priest in Puerto Rico. And Carl Ado and Adaye Ado. Adaye Ado, good morning from Atlanta. Hello, Adaye Ado. Thank you very much, Abena. I thank God that you had a safe trip back to Atlanta. We are very grateful and hope to see you again in the future. Yes, Ronald said, okay, Baba. Okay, Rubuduchi, Papa Damalian nearly killed all the chickens in the... yes, that's very true. When I started setting it up, the first task I gave to the spirit was, if the spirit is a real spirit and it's going to work, if any chicken passes its front or under the tree, you should catch it. And few weeks later, the chickens were getting sick in the house and they were dying. And I have forgotten that I said so. And I was getting angry. Why my chickens are dying and dying and dying? I'm just losing money. And then I went to pray at Gamaliel's and then he just called me and reminded me that I gave him an assignment to be catching the chicken. That's what he was doing. So I begged him to stop killing them. And then from that time, he wasn't killing them anymore. So Senna, thank you very much for reminding me about one of the Gamaliel's work. Okay, so Gamaliel is a very proper spirit too. He's very, very fearful. I tell you. Then Rona Mitchell said, oh, okay, Baba, thank you. I'm ending now. And then Ronald again say, I'm ending now. So thank you, Ronald. And I thank everybody who came on this platform today. I was thinking that it will not be very interesting today, but then today was even more interesting than other days. It's been a very beautiful time spending with you, trying to answer your questions, and hope that this new year will make all of us grow in spirit and understand our roots and give respect to our ancestors and the spirits that are in the universe. I have Ramana Malaika saying, greetings, Papa. So happy to be here with you again. You talk a lot about evil and the work you do to protect people from evil. I am wondering, from the perspective of Vodou, what exactly is evil? Okay, Ramana Malaika, what is evil is, how do I say it? there's a saying in our language or in Ghana that means someone's meat is somebody's poison. What I mean is that if you have a voodoo that is protecting you, and when people send anything negative towards you and the voodoo attack the person, to you, your voodoo is a good spirit and is protecting you. But to the person that the voodoo is attacking, the voodoo is evil. So what do you mean? What is evil? Evil means that anything that is negative against you, anything that is negative that doesn't make you to progress, that stops your progress and wants to destroy you, is called evil. So when people plan negative things for you, or people are trying to use negative energy towards you so that they can stop your progress or kill you or get you sick or bring you down, for you who this negative energy or mental force is coming towards, to you it is evil. But maybe for the person who is sending it towards you, for them it's a good thing they are doing, because it is their desire to see you fall. So to them it's evil. So just like a bird flying in the sky, if you use a catapult to shoot it and it falls down, for the bird, that catapult and the stone is evil. But for you, the catapult you are holding is a weapon to fight what you want to fight. So evil is from your own perspective. It's everything is from our own perspective. Somebody will see this and think that, oh, it's not anything. Another person will see it and so it's okay. So it is the way you look at life is when you decide what is evil and what is not evil. Do Masecho, I can say much, but I love you so much. Thank you very much, Do. I also love you all for the work you are doing and joining us, asking the questions so that other people can also learn from it. I'm very grateful to all of you. And then, yes, listen, I learned. Okay, thank you, Michelle. And then Samuel Makata, hello. Hello, Sam. How are you? Thank you very much. Then we have Ronald Michelle again. Okay, thanks, Baba. You are welcome. And then Danilo Imberile. I remember one day you said Ablakbo is a complete spirit. If one had Ablakbo, he does not need too much again, at least for the beginning. Yes, of course. Ablakbo is a complete spirit, and many other spirits are also complete spirit. But I have set up a shrine, and it is not all the time that every spirit is active. So I get many spirits that when this one is not working, another one will be working. And then maybe they kind of work. Some spirits will not do that. Another one will do. So when I set a place as a shrine, and I want somebody to go and chase someone who owes me money, there are some spirits that do that kind of work, and I'll go to them. If somebody steals something and I want to catch them, I know the spirits that I can send. And if something is missing, like a human being is missing and they cannot find that human being, I know a spirit that I can tell that, oh, this person is said that someone is lost and they are not finding the person. So please go and look for that person and bring back to the family, or try to lead the family to where the person is. So I have so many. This thing. Ablako is a very complete spirit on its own, and so so are the other spirits as well. They are also complete spirits on their own. But for a beginner, even if you get a black hole, you need to learn about its ways, the words in it, the incantations, and each particular sickness or situation has got its own incantation and words to use. So it's also a schooling. You need to go through the schooling. I have gotten a black hole more than 18 years now. Yeah, about 18 years now that I got a black hole, but I don't know everything about it. I'm still learning. I only know one or two things to do inside the Ablako that I perfect. That's what I do, like stopping the rain. And if somebody is sick, I can take the sickness from the body and put into a tree or those kind of things. But I don't know all. There's plenty things inside the Ablako that I don't know. But just only one or two things that I know is what I am using, and people think that I'm very powerful. It is the spirits that are powerful. I am only a student and a messenger for them. Yes, let's go. And then again, we have Oluchi also. Okay, thank you, Papa, with much love and peace. Thank you too. And then Do Masito says, Masecho, I'm sure you are a twin. No, though I'm not a twin. You are, though I know you are after twins, but I am a father of double twins. Yeah, that's what I am. I'm a father of double twins. So it's not that I myself, I am not a twin, but I am a father. I'm a Venachu. That's how they call it in Ewe. Venachu means the husband of a twin's mother. That's how the Eves call the father of twins. The, Vena, which is means mother of twins. Venachu, Achu means husband. So I am a husband of the mother of the twins. So that's why I wear the twins beads. Yeah. Yes, let's go up and then Koku Agbeko, greetings, Papa, greetings, Koku. How are you, Agbeko? Samuel Makanta, I greet you, sir. As I got you, I receive your greetings and greetings to you too, Samuel. Oluwatosin Adetayo, I'm writing this in tears, agony of pains. Please kindly help me with 5,000 or any amount for my drugs and medical tests. I'm dying in deep, severe, agonizing pain due to lack of money for drugs and treatment, which leads to loss of sleep and devastating pains. I'm doing this out of frustration and lack of help. Please kindly help. God bless you. What is this? Number 211. Is it from which? Oluwatoyin Adetayo, Zenith Bank. Okay, that's what our brother. Okay, but it's a sister. Okay, that's what our sister Oluwatosin Adetayo is saying. She is saying that she's going through pains and she's sick and she needed 5,000. And then she did not really specify whether that 5,000 is in Ghana cedis, is in Nigerian currency, it is in the US dollars. We don't know. So, Oluwatosin, if you are listening to us, please make it clear and let people have some information on your medical condition. Otherwise, they cannot just start sending money to you when they don't know details. Because otherwise, the platform will become like anybody can say anything and people will just believe, and one day they will accuse me or blame me for letting my platform be used like this. So please put your own direct contact there, and people who wanted to help and contribute to you will call you and have your information in deep, and not only the bank account, but then put your information out there so that people can call you and know and find out. Maybe there's someone who knows, may not have money, but knows something that they could teach you that will help you to go the pain to go down, and also for you to sleep. So put your information there fully, not just the bank account and 5,000. Is it 5,000 cedis? Is it 5,000 naira? Is it 5,000 euro? Is it 5,000 US dollars? You just wrote directly and openly 5,000. It doesn't really hit the point. So make everything clear. Put your full details out there and let people who want to help you help you. Thank you very much, Aditayo. Then somewhere, how can I communicate with spirit that protect the house? I don't know. Somewhere, I don't know. You see, the problem you people are having is in asking questions. You ask questions, how could you communicate with spirit? Spirits are not just there that you can communicate with them without having any initiation or have any introduction to them. You can't just communicate. You have been living how many years now in this world? Were you able to communicate with any spirit before? Or is it because you came on this platform, they will teach you that do this and you communicate? If you want to learn about spirituality, come and learn, or go to people who know it, then they teach you. We don't teach spirituality on internet. Go to physical people, they are teachers. Ask them. But it's not here. You ask me, how can I communicate with the spirits that protect? How? Do I even know the name of the spirit that is protecting your house? They know me that. So if you want to learn spirituality, go to the people who know about it and then they can teach you. That's the right way. Spirituality is not an easy thing, and it's not something like a joke and somebody like most people have been doing on internet and telling lies to themselves that they are spiritualists. We are a very practical shrine, and the people we have worked for can pay and be a witness to that. But it's not like you ask me, how can you communicate with the spirit of the house? And then I say, okay, Samuel, do this, and the spirit will start talking to you. Or you have not even been initiated. I don't even know you personally. So please, if you want to learn spirituality, approach people. Even where you are in your area, I believe there are teachers. There are matured people into spiritual practice. Don't feel shy. Approach them. A lot of people want to learn spirituality, but they are hiding behind Christianity, and then at night they hide with covering their head and everything, or take a car and lie in the car and enter spiritual shrine. I tell you, the spirits will not respect you because you don't respect them. Yes, spirits, like human beings, want to show people that they are working for you. They don't want to do good thing for you and then you hide their heads inside the mud. So if you want to learn spirituality, be bold and go to people who know about spirituality to teach you. Yado masecho nyonyo yevu menyiba fofonye enuledo. Oh, enuledo now ha. America mandena nudo akwekaka. And then Kukubo Maunya said, Toboko, I want to know if Yeve Shrine is a cult one can willingly go for. Kukubo, God knows. I am not into Yeve. But I know Yeve is the base of every spirituality. But then there are so many secrets in Yeve that I don't know because I don't belong to the Yeve shrine. But if you have anybody who you can trust and the person is part of a Yeve shrine, I think it would be wise to approach such a person and ask them for their advice. And then they will understand and they'll teach you. And then Samuel will say, okay, say thank you very much. Thank you too, Samuel. About it. Are we done? Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for today. You had been a very good guest. Guest and people, person who has those people who have been prompting me and motivating me to say more. I thank you all for joining today's section. And then we have them few this in on YouTube. Ajwa Morningstar L says Grand Rising from Queens, New York. Bring it. Okay. And then L Rhoda, hello Papa. While driving in my street, a black dog came from across the street and ran fast under the car. Not my fault. Similar thing happened 20 years ago. You once said animals may sacrifice themselves for you, but animals will sacrifice themselves for you, not animals who you don't feed and not animals that you don't take care of. Animals who don't know you will not come and sacrifice themselves for you. It is the animals that you are taking care of and feeding, giving them water and food and showing them love. They are the animals that will sacrifice themselves for you sometimes. But an animal, a stray dog or animal just run and sacrifice themselves for you, sometimes that thing is dangerous. Look back 20 years ago when that happened to you. What were the outcome of such things? So when you bring your mind back to that, if it brought a good luck to you, then you know there's possibility there will be a good luck again. But if it brought some bad and brought you backwards or retard your progress or stop you from moving forward, then you know you are in trouble again. Yes, so let's put our minds, because spirituality is a practical thing. It is not just imagination. Imagination is in religion. Spirituality, you don't imagine things. You practice them and you put them into practice. Then you take note of the outcome. Then you know tomorrow that when this thing happens, this is what will be the outcome. So a black cat running under your car could not be a very good news. So please, I'm not scaring you, but try to find out and quickly know what is that and how to take care of it. Then we have Diana Singer, Modupe from Southern California. Thank you very much, Diana. There were again, Diana again. I want to know if you practice Mamiwata as well. No, I don't believe in Mamiwata, so I don't practice Mamiwata. Then Juliet A say, thank you. Thank you, Juliet. I think we are done for today for all the things that we have taught you and the questions that you have asked me and I have answered. Yo, Mauga Sobolisa, Mauga Kitikata, Senana Salifu Natia, Chief what? Bring it, let me see you read it. Chief Natia, I am the greatest your father. I don't compete with other Malans or Guju men. Please just block that man, erase it, hide the comment, ban him from our page. Because I don't, if you are a great dwarf father, create your page and let people talk with you. Don't come on my page and be telling me you are helping people. Help yourself first. I don't like people coming on my page and helping people. Why don't you create a page and help yourself and help other people? Why come onto my page and tell me you are helping people? Help yourself. This fraudster spiritualist. If you are helping people, create a page and let people come to you and ask you questions, and then you can help them. Let me see. Say something there. Oh, let me see. That's the same person. Nothing is nature. Is for itself. Rivers don't drink their own water. Trees don't eat their. Look, just block the man so that she doesn't come into my page and disturb my peace. And we are almost. I wanted to pray, and some people are now coming. Papa, if you call on a spirit and things manifest, please, how can I identify that particular spirit? But how did you know that the spirit is the one who is manifesting it? How were you able to call it in the first place before it's manifesting? If you don't know a spirit, how can you call it to manifest? So you must find out, Agbeko, you must find out what spirit you were calling before it is manifesting. I cannot tell you that when you call spirit and things manifest, please, how can I identify that particular spirit? You are the one calling them. How can I tell you how you can identify it? Or I'm not making sense. You call a spirit. If you know the spirit and you call it and it has manifest and you are asking me how to identify it, I'm not with you. I'm not the one calling the spirit along with you. How can I know? So here we are now 5:18. We have really worked into the time, but it's good that we did that. Then what are you doing? So the talk I'm talking is all useless.
No, it just but you're live.
You said?
You're live.
I am live on YouTube. So people who are on YouTube can still be seeing me, but I think so. How can you record when my phone is not, or how can we record this one for people to see? Okay, but then I can't see the questions that are there to be able to answer. They say, okay, Benisa Bonso say he's notorious, Papa. That means that man has been jumping into people's pages and this and he's a thief. He's a criminal. They go and wear big clothes and then start deceiving people, say they are malams. They are the ones who is spoiling African traditional spirituality. They go and put some fake things in their neck and they say they have talisman. And they keep deceiving people who cannot, who doesn't really, who are looking for the truth and searching for knowledge, then this kind of useless people who call themselves Malam will come and be disturbing. I want to see the last question so that I can answer them, and then I pray and then close this section. No, go down. Go over down. I was Koku Agbeku, I said, Papa, if you call on a spirit and things manifest, please, how can I identify the particular spirit? Koku, you are the one who called the spirit, so you are the one who will ask the spirit, what spirit is it? I don't know how you can identify it because I am not there with you before I can know which spirit it is. And I even don't know the spirit that you are calling. Or how did you call them? Who taught you how to call them in the first place? So I think that person should be the right person to teach you how to identify spirits. Because he might probably taught you how to call upon them. Okay, move up small. Richard Okansi. Richard is showing victory sign. And then Ebenezer Bonzo, he's notorious Papa. Yes, I agree with you 100%. And then Ebenezer Bonzo, he sent requests to me for several times. Don't mind him, he's a thief. No, a proper priest will not send any request to you and be asking you that come and do a reading or come, let me help you. My old man told me that if you are a real priest, let people look for you. You don't go telling people I am a priest. Come, let me do a reading for you. You come, let me. You have a problem. Let me solve. Like pastors people are on the street. They see you say, "Hey, I can say this thing about you." I can say that those are thieves. Anybody who is that, whether it's a pastor or especially those people who come and see you early morning and say, "Oh, God told me to tell you." Where did they see God? They are only looking for money from you to take care of their own life. God told me to tell you this. That's all that most of the pastors are doing. They set up people in the church, and then the person will call you in the morning and say, "Oh, I had a dream about you, and that dream is this and that and that." No, it's the pastor who told them. And then when you go to the pastor, then you become afraid. Then you call your pastor. Pastor said, "Yes, me too. I saw it." It's all thieves. They are all thieves. They are not doing any work of God. They are only doing their work of their stomachs. Carl saying the guy's comments are still there. You are not, Said, you are not able to take it off. And then Kokubono, please talk a little about body mauga for me. What is body mauga? No, they are talking about Natia's comments. I think it's gone now. Yeah, it's gone. It's not there anymore. If it's there, we'll delete it. It's just trying to lure people so that he can cheat them. That's why he sees that our platform is popular with people. So he comes in, and people who are unsuspecting people who are thinking, "Oh, this man can make me money, can do this," and then quickly like what happened to that guy inside jail, who somebody came on our platform, said that he can do a reading. They send money. I do reading for $150, and the guy said, "Oh, he can do reading for $100." So this guy thought that, oh, his own is cheaper than me, and then send money to him and they scam him. Then later he called me and said, "Why do I use my platform to be scamming and letting scam?" I said, a lot of people can come on my platform and make a comment. "Did you contact me?" He said, "No." And he thought that I was working with them. Does that mean that everybody who comes onto my platform works with me? So you people be very careful, and when you go in for a scammer and they scam you, don't come back and tell me anything. God knows his story. Please talk a little bit about body mauga for me and how it works. Which one is the body mauga? I don't know it, Kukuba. What is the body mauga? I don't know. So if you explain more, maybe I can help something. Body mauga or mauga, I don't know. Yeah. Are we done? Okay, I am praying now and calling all upon my ancestors. You're talking about Brahini, but watching the fully come me to en kospeku yo na yakosa okufoni kwa gbeje tasinya mo sifusi jam kosa abrako bra mama nyambo je mba to gonya kofi akubia mensa dori efe mbepeku no me ba kwa me yo fonye Celestine ya wakubia Catherine akubia fonya sense ko do fonye ya Ben akubia me ba kwa ye me yo mi aso e wo mbo achichi achope akubia sisi la pene katepe mensa me ba kwa akuto me ne fana mi gbogbo re mi na gbogbo ne fana nyaku ju people binyo mi no lo pra me yo pete program le pepere onye ne jeji na me yo no tuji bako tuji tobo tuji me yo kirikiri hasa ko nchija gbe bara su bara bonana me yo bako adafli so fa hun agbovi me yo bako afacha wa joge me yo me yo huno honu va po me yo huno honu la bega bako hare na me yo akpo huno anani tretule ejita mba kwa hare mi ano na kuto me ne fana mi gbogbo relo me yo menu ahala mo to me gbere ore o me na ni ato mi le mi akoni mi na ko ira gbe bi dagba si dagba ni ba kuto me ne fana mi opete pete na mi anakuto agbegbonu le ne fa na nyeche mano akan bechi obekan mo liwa kan je bo bakan busu bo kan trofo bakan me liwa kan fi bakan ma liwa ta bakan je bakan pe pa me gba haja do ko ko ma doju fi ato abaso mo te doju me yo mi nu da ko gba bo wa ka ko pe mi o zango me yo mi plebi yo ra keke wo jo pata jo ma ko afoke me vole mo chi me vole vudo me gbere o ko klo ko atole fofo me jogbe nyo he me jogbe nyo me to ya we mo ju to anu kware pe ni le pe me to ba jo tu so pe bu mo no te fere ka jo pata re le ati ju bo ba jo ni jo pata o be fia jo pata me tro me gbeda ngolo ave fa gbe wele edina jo pata ne nai afinya jolo jo pata nya te fe me yo me si me gbo jiri to gbe dente apape luluti zubolu ajima ogboju ple odoja lo pe ko me valenti fe me va lo jo na tofu ago sapate me yo atigeri me yo goro budu me yo ra ken ala fia hanani ke senye popolipo me yo ke na ba ye me yo abuchi sakra kama cho aba be adogo kotokoli donko kunuma kwa gbe ngbe to me no lecho o fram tamani fifini mku abisin kra me yo ko fito jamba ko cho to ko fito hen ko bi atra kable me yo ye me yo ahoba to me gba mo do me tolo me yo ablege de ma pesa ko chino po echi ade mu no po echi ngoli vo po echi tv ta he me de egbe khereke de ego he pesa die de egbeza akuto me de pesa die ta de egbeza ye nye wo le pepe ndawa apenye me Vodou pete apeli me yo mi si me han fora show me yo mi dongo ye me yo kintola me yo ra ke dongolo godo me yo suguma su bajo be anyi has ta penda be de penda so ne penda zibiza ba me yo mi opete akwe mi awele mi lelo chivi me yo penjeke ye me yo ki abojabo mi awele me yo pablivi o mi dunu le pe me fifi e pe je gono me je mi abedo opo mi ana sinedi mi ana do neva ame yo pete le mi akolo ke mo ba la menese agbere no agbetepe no la mesese neva no ngogbo yi neva no divi no po no disro no po no diga no po no dido no po asineji asiji na o ba la menese gung abe yo le do le o ba la menese ame yo le do di no po do no wo me yo le sro di no po sro no de ame yo le vidi no po vinoji agbere be nyi fere ne tronku me ko je oro vou meter no Ivonne pelo thank you and bye bye till next week. It's still live.